Hey, let's go.
All right, this is fun.
Are we live right now?
Yes, sir.
All right. 15 minutes till tip off, guys. Game 4, NBA Finals. We put out that article earlier today with what our roundtable picks were. To be honest, I did not look at your guys' picks whatsoever. So while we have 15 minutes before the game starts here, let's talk about our picks. Peter, who are you on?
So the one I took, my roundtable pick was Chris Middleton over 5.5 assists. It's plus 115 on win, but he's been on fire. I don't know why they've been running so much offense through Middleton passing the ball, but he's gone over that in 7 of his last 10 games. So they're just giving Giannis the ball every time. So I'm all about Chris not taking shots and missing 20 shots every game and getting some assists tonight.
Did you make a pick at all as far as like a spread or a total?
I want to be. I was going to take Suns money line before I saw you were going to take that. So that's my pick. They're really, really good after a loss this year, 18-7 against the spread. So I have a feeling if they can turn things around. They just need Ayton to play, man. That's all it is. As long as DeAndre Ayton doesn't get in foul trouble, they're going to be fine.
Donovan, what's your pick? I haven't looked at yours.
My favorite pick, I got Bobby Portis on the over on like 3.5 rebounds. I just
You're
thought
a big Bobby Portis fan.
I am the king, right? President of the Bobby Portis fan club. Like that's my guy. I like fell in love with Bobby the moment he knocked Nikola Mirotic out in practice. I was a fan. Because I was like, listen, he's about that action, so I'm cool with that. So, but I just think if he plays over 15 minutes, which he is, right, because as bad as Brook is playing, but it's short in the rotation, if Bobby's on the floor, he's gonna get at least 4 rebounds. And I mean, like I think I said like earlier, he's gotten 4+ rebounds, and whenever he plays 15 minutes, he's gotten over like 4 more rebounds 75% of the time. So if he's playing, he's getting 4, and so yeah, I got confidence in Bobby that he's going to do it. Plus they have to keep him on the floor because I guess he's a better defender than Bryn. They're both not great, but you would rather have a 7-footer that's bad at defense than a guard that's bad at defense.
So what about your pick? Suns Bucks. Are you on either side for that?
I got the Bucks tonight. I just don't. Okay. Yeah, I got the Bucks tonight. I just don't think that Phoenix is going to win the non-DeAndre Ayton minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, how many minutes is DeAndre Ayton going to play? Because that's kind of what it comes down to, isn't it? Because like he played a ton game 1 and game 2, and then hardly played game 3.
Yeah.
That's why I'm on the side. I agree. That's why I'm on the Suns, because I think unless DeAndre Ayton runs into foul trouble again, if he's going to stay on the floor, the Suns should have the advantage.
Yeah. I get that. I just don't think – I think with the level that Giannis is playing at right now, the fact that at any point in time, if Ayton's not on the floor and Giannis is, just count those up as just lost minutes for Phoenix. And if Booker can't find his shot at all, and Chris is the only one who can create offense, and he's being hounded every single play by Drew, if that's going to happen every time down the floor, I don't see a way where the Suns are winning this. And their rotation is so short now.
Well, yeah, losing Sarge was killer, man. Because, Sarge isn't a great big man, but he gave you some size where at least you're playing Crowder or Cam Johnson at the 4. And, when they went small to that lineup where they put Crowder at the 5 and Cam at the 4 in game 3 when Ayton picked up his 4th, Giannis just went to the rack every time. Like you said, they put in Bobby Portis. And, if Bobby Portis is going to get 11 and 8 again, the Bucks are going to roll. There's no way that Phoenix is going to win if Ayton doesn't play 35+ minutes. They just don't have the size. I feel like Bud, the first couple games, tried to play to the Suns' strengths where he was just saying, okay, we're going to spread the floor out when Ayton comes out, Brook Lopez comes out, and we're going to put in all guards. And then he realized if we just go big, they can't guard us. And we'll take our chances with them making shots. And they made a ton of shots in game 2 and they lost, but then they didn't make any threes other than Crowder in game 3 and the Bucks rolled. So if Ayton's not in the game, man, it's going to be a problem for the Suns. I can't believe nobody beat them all postseason with I know Sarge was there for other rounds, but like in the non-Ayton minutes, I feel like they should have been getting destroyed by everybody.
I mean,
I was just gonna say, I'm glad you're on the Bucks, because if all three of us are on the Suns, then that would be good. So at least one of us is gonna be happy at the end of the night.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. And like to Peter, what I was gonna say is like the team, like if you look at who they were playing, right? If you like in the first round you play the Lakers, that matchup that's supposed to punish those non-Ayton minutes, that's AD, and he's not there. And then if you play Jokic, listen, he's gonna do whatever he's gonna do, but that team was just decimated. Like they had nobody. And so what do you want teams to do? And then for the Clippers, like their best chance was going small against Phoenix. So you don't even have an opportunity to blast the Suns in those non-Ayton minutes.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing. And Joanne just messaged me. Somebody commented, I believe it was Brendan O'Sullivan, which is actually one of my friends. So shout out Brendan, that they were getting killed in the Kaminsky minutes. And he's right, because they were minus 14 when Kaminsky was on the floor last game and Ayton was off, which is like, that is miserable. If you're minus 14 when Ayton's off, like even if he's really good, it's going to be hard to win the finals game. You're not swinging it 15 to 20 points the other way when Ayton's on the floor. That's asking way too much. And like, if Giannis is going to keep playing like this, man, if he's going to put up 40 points, the Bucks really don't need to do that much. Like Chris and Drew just have to be like serviceable and not shoot 4 for 16, and they're going to be just fine. But still, I'm taking Suns money line because I really think they're going to bounce back tonight. If DeAndre Ayton gets in foul trouble, it's going to suck, but I just can't see him like basically fouling out back-to-back games.
That's what it kind of comes down to, isn't it? Kind of DeAndre Ayton. As much as people are talking about Chris Paul and Giannis and all those guys, I feel like the real key player for the series is Ayton, right?
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like a matchup. It really just comes down to a matchup thing because they have nobody else who can do anything to stop Giannis other than having Ayton protect the rim and then just Crowder like hounding him outside. That's like what they were going to in the first couple of games. They even started Ayton on him in game 1. So but like CP3 is great, man, but like he played a good game in game 3 and they still got blown out. Like if Devin isn't going, like if he's not going to make like a ton of shots, they really aren't going to be able to stay in it unless either him or Ayton is able to step up.
Do y'all think Devin ever gets off in the series? Do y'all think he ever gets going?
I thought he was going to turn around after game 2, man. I thought that was the turning point. That second half he had in game 2, he couldn't miss. And I was like, oh, here we go. He finally figured it out. And then he probably played his worst game in game 3.
I mean, he's got to play well at least one game this series, you would think, right?
And he did. He played well in game 2. And so, I mean, if that's going to be his one game, it's going to be tough. I hope before the series, I have Suns in 6, right? That's my pick. And so I think Milwaukee gets tonight and then they end up losing the next 2. Just because even if Giannis goes nuclear, I don't trust Chris Middleton. I just don't trust him at all. And I feel like it's going to come down to like a 5-minute stretch in the fourth quarter, either game 5 or game 6, and you're going to need somebody to make jumpers. And so obviously Giannis isn't going to be that dude, and they're going to put the ball in Chris's hands, and he's not going to show up. Like, do y'all have faith in Chris for the remainder of the series as a scorer?
I want to say I do, but dude, he's been so inconsistent. Like he'll have against the Nets was like the perfect example. He had games that he looked absolutely terrible. And then he had games where he shot the lights out. He scored 38 points. And so you put that, like, I just don't trust him to do it consistently. So like he may have a great game tonight. He may have a great game in game 5. He may have a great game in game 6. One of these games, I feel like he's going to make enough shots where we're going to be like, oh, that was the Chris Middleton game potentially. But at the same time, it's like he may do that in one game, but then he also could pull what he did in game 2 of this series where he scores like 12, 14 points and just does nothing. And like, I think the Bucks, like the pressure's on the Bucks because if you go down 3-1, but like, if the Bucks don't win with this team this year, this championship with like they knocked off the Nets, they like kind of lucked out with getting the Suns over like if say the Lakers were healthy and got there, or even if the Clippers were healthy and got there. Like they're locked into this team. So if Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday like wilt the entire finals and Giannis puts up 40 in every game and they lose, like where do they go from there? So if I'm a Bucks fan, I'm hoping Chris Middleton shows up because it's a real question for more than just this series.
So what about the total? You guys have a feel at all on the total? Because I see that it's gone up today because I saw it 220 earlier today. It's up 221.5. Do you have any feel on over or under for the total?
Is that 221 right now?
221.5 right now. Yeah, at WinBet.
I'll take the under.
Peter, thoughts?
Ooh. They went over the first two games. And the last game, I think it went under.
Because they went under last game, I think.
Yeah. I could see it going under. I think at some point somebody's going to stop scoring. The Bucks are they were lights out in that second half. So, like, they almost pushed it over, and it probably should have been a game that was going to go under when it looked at halftime. But yeah, I'll take the under in this one. I think that there's somebody's due to like have like one of those close finals. We're due for a close game. All the games have been decided by double digits. We need a close game, like little like 105, 104 type of stuff. I'm not saying that's going to be the final, but something in that ballpark would be nice.
So the total for game 3 actually closed at 220, so it was a push.
Oh,
if you got it right on the closing line, it was a push.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild.
Someone in the chat, the kid Bob Chill says Pete's got a fresh fade, that's for sure. You got all your friends in the chat, Pete, or what? Did you get a haircut today?
I did after work. I went and got a haircut. I had to throw the link to everybody I knew. So hopefully we got a bunch of people in here.
Got to look sharp for the stream.
Yes,
what do we got? We got 3 minutes left.
Yeah. So that put on my finest crew neck.
So Ben's going to join. I think he said what at halftime he's going to join.
Yeah, I think so.
He had to put his kids to bed. I wonder what was Ben's pick.
He took in the round table. What did he take?
Brooke Lopez
took something
over 16.5 points combined.
Yeah.
Combined points and rebounds 16.5.
He was feeling Brooke Lopez. I feel like that directly contradicts Donovan's Bobby Portis game right there.
No, I think, and again, I'm going for the Bucks. There's going to be rebounds to be had. like the Suns are small. They don't have anybody, and like legitimately, like outside of Ayton, they don't have anybody to clean it up. And when you just have this lineup of like, and they're not going to play them all together, but when you can have two of Giannis, Portis, and Lopez on the floor at all times, that's a great thing. And Lopez isn't even a rebounder like that.
That was kind of the Suns' like biggest weakness all season was their rebounding, right? Like I'm just looking at it now, like they ranked 18th in rebounding percentage this season. So, and that was kind of the story of Game 3 as well. Milwaukee just killed them on the boards without Ayton in. So,
yeah, it really comes down. Like I think they were playing in games 1 and 2. They were just playing Brooke like half the time on Ayton. I think their best lineup is when they go small and they go either Giannis at the 5 or they go Bobby at the 5. I think that's when they're a lot better because Giannis is just such a tough guard. It's like Ayton really can't guard Giannis like straight up like that. It's just he's the only guy who has the size to really even make things hard for him in the paint.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Mikal because he just gets thrown around by Giannis. He gets destroyed. Cam Johnson gets destroyed. Jay's gonna just like give him a little, forearm to the back and try to make him fall. But after five possessions, Giannis is just gonna turn and be like, I'm Giannis. This is what I do. And so Jay doesn't have a chance to stop him consistently.
So, you guys see Milwaukee's got the Deer District going? They're bumping. It's like the Jurassic Park. They're trying to copy the Jurassic Park.
That's funny. I was listening to Zach Lowe's podcast yesterday. He was calling it the Giannis Grove, and I thought that was pretty good. That was pretty decent.
It's not bad. Oh God, Devin Booker is just They just flashed his stats on the screen there. Not good.
That's weird that he hasn't been the same since he broke his nose. I wonder if that's actually had an effect on him at all.
I think it did when he had the mask, but I don't know if it does.
But it's a nose. What all can it do? Maybe affect his breathing?
You can't breathe. Like if you just have regular allergies, it's hard to just walk around and just go to CVS. But like, you trying to play an NBA game and run up and down the floor, and you can't even do that, and it's gonna mess you up. And
is it that badly broken? You can't breathe right through it.
Something has to be off. Something has to be off because you see him, like he was fine, and he was fine. He was almost shooting 50% from the field up until the nose injury, and then Patrick Beverley just doing Patrick Beverley things, just running around trying to trick people, and he just breaks his nose, and from then on he shot 35% since that injury. I think that's the only thing that's changed. I refuse to believe that Patrick Beverley affected Devin Booker that much outside of the injury.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I thought that was going to be tough for Book in this series, I thought they were going to play Drew on him the whole series, but they moved Drew onto CP3 the last 2 games. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's like the perfect storm for Book to go off, and like he did in game 2. Like, I don't want to discredit how well he played in game 2, but he's been so bad in the other 2 games that it kind of is just like, yeah, he had a great game 2, but like Chris Paul also was good in game 2. Chris Paul was great in game 1, and he was pretty good in game 3. Like, it's like, Don, I mean, I know you wrote a story about it. So, like, he's literally played himself out of the finals MVP case because he's been so bad in the other 2 games. So, like, even if he played 3 great games, he still might have played himself out of it at this point.
Casey Crowley says in the chat, due for an under, but I'm on the 8 and over prop. And they say Middleton def due for a big game, I feel. Oh, we'll see.
I mean, Middleton, he has to shoot well at some point. I really think the assist, I really think that's a lock tonight. He's been so good, like, moving the ball. I was shocked to see how many assists he's had. He's averaging over 6 a game, like, in the last 10 or 12 games. Like, that's nuts for a guy who's, like, known as just, like, a straight-up scorer. They actually move the ball pretty good for the Bucks, considering their 2 best players are, like, looked at as ISO guys.
Brendan O'Sullivan says when Giannis and Lopez are on the floor, not sure why they don't just go to whoever Eden isn't guarding.
It's a good
Crowder
point.
Can't guard either of them.
Does I don't know if Brooks I don't know if Brook has the elite post game for that. Like, he was a great post player, then he kind of like turned himself more into a stretch 5, but they went to him against the Hawks and he went off in game 5 without Giannis. And then but they haven't like done that with him much in this series. I wonder if that's something they might try and do tonight if Ayton stays in the game. They didn't even have to in game 3 because he got in foul trouble so quick.
Ryan Spur says about Booker's nose, you also don't want to get hit in the nose again, so going to the hole is more strategic. Do you think that's part of it at all? Do you think he's like a little scared to kind of go into the paint now?
No, I don't know. I don't know if I would. That probably affects him a little bit, but I wouldn't put that as like a major factor.
I think it depends. I think if he like took the mask off, so I feel like he's got to feel comfortable enough to play like without the mask where he doesn't think it can get any worse. But he hasn't gotten nearly as many easy baskets as he was early in the playoffs. And part of that's the Bucks defense more than it is just like him not wanting to attack the hole. But I mean, he did get to the line. That was the big thing for him was he got to the line a lot. In game 1, he shot 10 for 10, right? And then the last couple games, he hasn't been able to get to the line as much. And the Suns have been shooting like crazy, like lights out from the line. So that could change. Giannis took more free throws than the whole team last game. So that's another thing. That was the old Scott Foster special for you.
Love that.
Yeah, Wynn has that bet or that bet that they had posted. Booker was going to go perfect from the free throw line today. Is that what the bet was?
Yeah.
We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Oh, this is fantastic. My stream doesn't want to act right.
The game hasn't started yet, so you got a minute here. I stole one of my friend's cable logins, so.
Yeah, you might have to slide down the low because mine is not being productive.
Mine's it's for Canadian.
Oh yeah, for
cable
TSN.
subscription. Yeah, for TSN. So.
That's right.
What is this? What is going on? They keep sending me to the upcoming stream of it, to the re-air that they're going to show at like 4 a.m. and it's just not giving me the option to watch the live one.
That's strange. Maybe it'll show up when the game actually tips off. Maybe.
Yeah, that might be it.
So this game is going to end like 1 a.m. my time, and then the Open Championship tees off at 2:30 a.m. my time. So just gonna have a quick hour-long nap and then get up and start watching some golf.
Just that's the all-nighter right into the brainstorm tomorrow.
I don't think I'll actually. I think I'll have to miss the first few hours of it. That'd be a wild move. Be a long day of writing articles tomorrow if I was going off 1 hour of sleep.
Seriously.
Come on.
You think if the Bucks win this game and Giannis just plays like a Giannis game, you think he passes Paul for MVP odds, or you think
if the Bucks
will still have the edge? Yeah, if the Bucks win. They're like not that close right now. They have Chris like really favored, but like I feel like if it's 2-2, I don't know. I thought the Suns were gonna go up 3-1 like for sure after the first two games. Now if it gets to 2-2, I feel like the Bucks. I feel like everything slides in the Bucks' favor at that point.
Yeah, Suns will still have home court advantage though.
Yeah, that's true. I just think part of the reason the Bucks weren't the favorite to open this series is because nobody knew if Giannis was going to be able to play game one. Right. And like, I think if you went back and he never got hurt and he never got hurt in the Atlanta series and he came into this healthy and played all three games just like he just played the games, like I think I think the Bucks would have a lot more respect right now than they do in the odds. And like, I don't know if they win tonight. I feel like it's a toss up at best. It's definitely not good for Phoenix because if game two was a good win for the Suns, but to make 23s is nearly impossible to repeat. So if I'm the Bucks, I'm feeling great right now if they can even it tonight.
So who would you set as the favorite if the Bucks win tonight? If you were setting the odds? Okay. If you was the odds maker, who would you set as the favorite?
I would almost want to have it as a pick 'em, man. I really would. I don't, because you're right, the Suns would have home court advantage, but I just don't know how you could sit there, especially if Giannis has like another like 30, 35 point plus game. Like, how could you say the Suns are like easily the favorite? Like, there's no way. I think the Bucks would at least have to be close to a pick 'em, if not a pick 'em, to win.
Casey Crowley says also Ian, big ups on the golf picks. I'm on JT top 5, 10, and 20. Let's go JT. You guys placing any big bets for the golf tournament?
I'm debating it. No, I'm gonna take one of your picks. You know, that's all. I'm not trusting myself to to make a great decision. I like your Paul Casey pick though. Paul Casey.
The more I'm looking into Paul Casey, the more I like Paul Casey.
It would be kind of cool if he won.
Finally, his first major at 43 years old in his home country.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. I really just want one of these. Last major of the year, I would really love Bryson and Brooks to get paired on the last day. Would just be ideal. That's all I want.
That'd be something.
That would be hilarious.
I don't think Bryson's gonna. He's not really built for links golf. I don't think.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have odds for him to miss a cut. I wouldn't even mind betting on that, to be honest. Bryson DeChambeau to miss the cut plus 225. It's not bad. He's a bad scrambler, and you got to scramble good here as well. I'd like to start a petition for sports games to actually start when like their start time is supposed to be. Like they should tip off right at 9 p.m. Eastern.
I know. It's not going to tip off till like 9, 10, 9, 12.
9:15, 9:20.
Crazy. The worst part is this one's in Milwaukee, so I thought it was going to be an 8 o'clock start time, Central Time, right?
Yeah.
It's at 9. I swear, if they make one of the ones in Phoenix at 10, oh my God, that's going to be horrible. They wouldn't do that, though. I would hope not.
No, they wouldn't do that. Because I think for the finals, everything, like, regardless of where it's being played, like, they have a set time. And then, because there's always, like, the Thursday game and then, like, the Sunday game. And that Sunday game is always just an hour before everything else. So usually it is around like 8 o'clock Central Time, I think.
Okay.
It's usually at like 9, 8 Central. Now, what we really need to do to start a petition, there's multiple things that we need to start, petitions for. They need to bring back the cursive finals logo. Because the new ones that they started, I think in 2018, those are the stupidest logos I've ever seen. I hate. I'm about to get on my soapbox. Like, I hate corporate America in sports. It's so awful. All these logos are so trash. They are terrible. They're terrible and just so simple, modern, and sleek. And it is the worst thing to ever happen. Like, we need that big trophy that's on the court that needs to come back.
And same with the Super Bowl logos too. The Super Bowl logos, used to be a lot better than they are now. They're too simple now.
They're awful.
The cursive finals logo, the pictures. I think you might have retweeted, Donovan. That might have been how I saw it. There's so many like iconic pictures with it. It's so cool. I got to go back to it just for the nostalgia purposes too.
Yeah, Go ahead, Ian.
I was just going to ask if your stream was working yet.
Yeah, I'm good. Where are you guys at? Are we all synced up?
Yeah, it's just about to tip off on my screen.
Same here.
I see Chris Paul on my screen. Then we just went into a wide shot.
I'll say when the tip off is. Tip off just happened.
Okay.
Tip just happened for me.
Okay, I'm very much behind you guys then.
How am I ahead? I'm the Canadian one. Usually I'm behind. I'll pause my stream for like 3 seconds here.
Tip off just happened.
All right, I'll pause here for 5 seconds.
All right, Donovan's 12 seconds behind.
Okay, I'll tell you when he gets to 48, and now 48.
All right. I think we're close enough.
All right. How much time do y'all have?
I'm at 11:10.
I'm at 11:19.
Oh, I'm still ahead.
I'm at 11:23.
Oh boy,
still decently close enough.
All right, it's not too bad. We can react like 10 seconds late to everything because then Donovan will be seeing it.
I'll keep in my mind that I'm in front of you guys.
Okay. I don't even have you guys up on my screen. I just have the stream. So I'm going straight off of sound. Also, this, I have a lot of problems with this. With these fake, with the fake ads that they put on the court, like the virtual ads. It's a terrible idea.
Are there virtual ads on the court? I can't even tell.
I got the YouTube TV.
Yeah, the YouTube
is that
TV.
Fake?
And, yep.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yep. That's fake. The NBA Finals logo is fake.
That NBA Finals logo, you're right. That stinks.
It's awful.
It's just
yeah. I don't like the ads on the jerseys. That's also a terrible idea.
Yep.
That's all about the money. I see why they did that one. They're not like too bad. It's not like the WNBA where it takes up like the entire jersey, which is all right, I guess.
What isn't there a team that's sponsored by Bumble, the dating app? I always thought that was weird. Isn't it?
I think it's the Clippers.
No, it's the Clippers.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because they're so lame. They're such a lame franchise. Okay. Book's getting going.
Yeah, Book must have heard us. He said, "I'll prove these guys wrong."
Yeah. They're trying to. That's two plays that they're running for him straight out the gate.
I like that. That's kind of what they have to do.
Yeah.
Oh, how is that not a foul?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, all the way. Oh, the other bet I had, I think his line went down to 30.5 too, was Chris points and assists over 32.5, but then it went down to 30.5 yesterday or today.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot when I last looked at it. And like, that is just beautiful at 30.5. He's like hit the over on that like 3 of the last 4 games. That one I love.
Sorry, who is that, did you say?
Chris Paul.
Oh.
I like that. At 30.5, I like that.
Yeah, 32.5, I was like, maybe not. But then they put it back down to 30.5. It like originally opened at that, then it went up, and then it went back down. I don't know why, but oh, wow.
Nicholas Latanzio says that you look cute, Peter.
I love the support from the friends. It's always great.
Yeah, we actually had a lot of people.
Who's watching us right now? How many? We got 12 people. Hey, shout out to y'all 12. We really do appreciate y'all.
Brand new BetSided YouTube page, so subscribe if you're watching.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we get to do more of these. Unfortunately, the NBA season's almost over. But imagine a little NFL Sunday. Get our own version of Red Zone.
Season's right around the corner, man. Right around the corner.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of crazy. It's sneaking up on you this year because the finals are so late because like the season got pushed back. Like normally it's like NBA ends and you got like 2.5 months, and now it's like a month, not like a month until preseason games. It's going to be crazy.
And basically it's the Olympics going on during that month in between too. So those exactly. Are next week, the week after?
Yeah, they're soon. Speaking of Olympics, what the heck is going on with Team USA, man?
I mean, they won last night, you know.
I hope they just like flip the switch from the Olympics, but like they just don't look good. Like they have a bunch of all-stars and their offense, it just looks horrible, which I thought was like the one thing they would be able to do, and they just were not going to play any defense.
They can't deal with refs that are actually letting the boys play.
That's the thing.
They keep trying to do that thing where they like fall into people as they try to shoot, and then the refs just aren't calling fouls. It's amazing.
It's crazy how different the NBA rules are than the FIBA rules. Like, it's actually kind of wild.
Are the rules like actually different, or is it just the refs are calling it different?
It's both. It's both. Because so like in the NBA, as soon as you catch the ball, you can take a step and like make your move. Where in FIBA basketball, that's a travel. Like you have to dribble the ball and literally put the ball on the floor before you make a move. And right. so a lot of times like that gets people traveling. You can technically goaltend. You can knock the ball off the rim. Once it hits the rim, it's a live ball and you can knock it away.
Interesting.
It's a couple. Also, like the paint is set up in a different way. It's a really interesting thing. But they also, like international play, they don't call these, insurance fraud fouls that half the NBA does.
The color of the ball throws me off, how it's like white and orange striped.
Yeah.
Throws me off.
The NBA is, if they change those rules like they were talking about with like the lean-in fouls and like getting guys in the air and stuff, like I think it'll be good for the game. I mean, like it's great to see guys like try and make something happen out of nothing, but at the same time, like if Trae Young's just gonna run in front of somebody, pump fake, and then like move his body into them and get a foul, like it's just not basketball, which is frustrating. But like I'll love it if the Knicks do it, but if it happens to the Knicks, not gonna love it at all.
So Nikhil Arora says in the chat, Donovan got to be the cutest dude in the stream. So someone's already said Peter's cute. Someone says Donovan's cute. When am I getting my compliment, guys?
You got to tell your friends to pull up to the stream.
Yeah, I got to text some of my guys here. Hop on the stream, call me cute. Damn.
Shout out Nikhil. Nikhil's was my former roommate. That's the homie right now.
Shout out Nikhil.
Yeah. Nikhil is working at Nike now, so I get mad discounts. So that's gonna be fun.
Ooh, nice. That's clutch. That was a perfect Middleton assist opportunity. All Drew had to do was step into that one.
That's not him. He's not like that.
He felt like he was like that in game 2, though. That man was taking every shot. Every shot was a good shot to Drew in game 2.
Yeah. Yeah. That's also another reason why I'm like, and again, I picked the Bucks tonight, but I'm also in game 3, Drew scores 20 points and goes 5 of 10 from 3. I doubt that's going to happen again, for the remainder of the series. Either one, he shoots, he shoots 50% at a high, on high volume of threes, or that he makes 5 threes in a game. I don't think that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so again, like once we get into this conversation of who's making jump shots, I don't know if I trust anybody to make these jump shots as Middleton makes a jump shot. So thank you, Chris.
I like how aggressive Booker's been so far. That last possession where he got in the lane, missed, fouled his own shot. Oh my God. That's got to be a goaltend. They need him to be aggressive. If he's not making jump shots, he has to just get to the line and get easy baskets.
Yeah.
Like there's no, because that's all Giannis did last game. 28 points in the paint. He made like 12 free throws. Like you just can't have him doing that and nobody else doing on the other end. All right, Donovan, are you at the Booker free throws here?
I can't remember which one I decided. I think I'm gonna go with no, that he's going to miss a free throw, and so I would be on that side of that win bet promotion.
He just made his first 2.
Yeah, as devil's advocate, and after watching those first 2 shots, I'm gonna stay on the yes side, even though I didn't bet on it.
Yeah, I didn't bet on it either.
What were the odds for it? Do you remember?
It was a pick 'em at plus 100.
Oh, right. It was like a no juice pick 'em, right?
Yeah.
That's actually not too bad, though, I guess. Like, it's.
Yeah. That was dangerous.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Jay Crowder, what are you doing, man? All right, make up for it.
Oh, my cat's finally going to say hi to the stream. Hello, Daisy. Lay down.
Such a Jay Crowder play.
I don't love the Bucks going zone right now, to be honest with you. I don't. You have 2 all
it's not
team.
smart.
You have 2 first team all defense guys. Why are you playing a zone against a team you're bigger than? Like you're inviting them to shoot threes. I don't know. I don't love that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I think what did you guys think about that Giannis conversation that we're having in the conference finals and the semis against the Nets, right? Was the Nets the semis?
Yeah, conference semis.
It's the Hawks in the finals.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What did y'all think about that conversation about Giannis not guarding Kevin for a majority of the game despite being the DPOY?
Ian, you want to take this one first? I'll take it. Personally, I'm fine if they're not going to start him on Durant in that scenario. Like if you want PJ Tucker to start him, I get Giannis's. They view him most like his best thing is if he's the off-ball defender and the help defender, protect the rim. I get that. But when he was carving PJ Tucker up and carving up Chris Middleton and whoever was guarding him, basically, like after a while, like why don't you try Giannis on him? Especially when they didn't have like anybody, like Harden was playing on one leg. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? He carves up Giannis, he's carving up everybody else. Like, I don't know. I think like there's a lot to be said for team defense. I think team defense is more important now in the NBA than it has been in a long time just because everybody can shoot. And so you need to be able to rotate. You need to be able to guard multiple positions. Like the most valuable defenders are guys who can guard, 1 through 5. And there's only a handful of them in the game. Giannis is probably one of them. And so to just watch KD, like just torch them like he did in game 5 and just be like, no, we're going to keep Giannis in the corner on Joe Harris is just like, I mean, why not try it? I'm not saying you have to go for it for 48 minutes, but try it and see if you can get a stop. Like, I don't know. That's my take on it.
Yeah, it seems strange to me. I feel like if you're trying to be one of the best player, the best player in the NBA, I feel like you should be jumping at the opportunity to guard Kevin Durant to prove that you can. I was kind of surprised like he just didn't.
Yeah.
Just from an ego standpoint.
Yeah, I've had this problem with Giannis for the last 2 years because even last year when Jimmy was going off, he didn't step up and guard Jimmy. And I understand, the idea of, okay, we're going to scheme Giannis to be the best help defender in the league. But I mean, if you're that guy and if you can move as quick as Giannis can for one possession, like you got to step up. You got to do that.
Yeah. There's a difference between having like a Rudy Gobert be like that help position guy where like he can't guard on the perimeter, but like it's not like Giannis can't do it. That's where it got me to the point where I was like, I mean, I get this is your scheme, this is what you want to do, but if he can do it, like you look at the amount of guys who can genuinely, like you can say size wise, like lateral quickness, strength can match up with Kevin Durant. It might just be Giannis on that list. There's nobody big enough. Like he shoots over everybody else in the NBA. And so it's like, why in a game that it's a close game and he's torching you, would you not give him a shot? And that's also on him. I feel like I understand like, but like he's got to be like, okay, look, we need to stop a couple stops in the fourth quarter. Like, let me take KD 5 possessions in a row, see if we can get a stop. It doesn't have to be, like I said, it doesn't have to be him playing 48 minutes on him because obviously you need him to not be gassed offensively, but it just seems like, and Bud has done it in every single playoff series, so obviously they're not going to change it, but it's interesting to me.
Shout out Cole Hofferth in the chat, says, hey, boys. And Mrs. Martinez says, I agree with Donovan.
Mr. Martinez, that's my aunt. Shout out my aunt.
See, Connor said, did you bet Bobby Portis over on points? I did not.
I did not either.
But Connor's he's been preaching since game 2, the Bobby Portis game in game 3 after he only played 5 minutes in game 2. And he was right in game 3. So I will give him his flowers for that. But I think the prop you took, Donovan, the over 3.5 boards is definitely the way to go. Just because Bobby can be a little volatile in terms of the minutes. So the points is a little bit harder.
Let me see where Bobby's at right now. Let me watch this box score. But as you can see, my boy Bobby is very, very versatile. Can help any team at any time.
Do you like him on the Knicks?
I loved him. Him on the Knicks. All right, yeah. So Bobby's already he has 1 rebound. I'm telling you, like I've been a Bobby Portis stan for a minute. Like I've been here. So
it's a small fan club. Small fan club, but you got it.
I think I was one of the only people where I was like legitimately happy when I saw that the Knicks were signing Bobby, and I was this close to buying a Bobby Portis jersey.
I'm glad you did it.
I was very excited. And then there was that one game where I think it was against Chicago, and Bobby went off for like 27 or 30 and just couldn't miss. Knicks were down. He brought the Knicks back from like 15 or something. And I was going insane because that was the best case scenario because we sucked. Like, we sucked, right? You know, we will win a championship within the next decade. But
oh man, don't say that. Don't say that.
We're gonna do it, Peter.
Are you gonna guarantee that?
The Barkley guarantee. Get him the
Charles Barkley guarantee. I'm pressing the button.
A Knicks championship in the next 10 years.
Look, man, I'll be happy with like 7 playoff appearances over the next 10 years, man. I'm realistic. I'm not gonna. I'll sit here and if like they like trade for like Bradley Beal, which is not gonna happen, but if they traded for him for this offseason, I'd be like, oh, Knicks title back on. But like seriously, like I'm just happy they're good again, man. Like this past year was so fun just because like you had no expectations for them and they played so hard and they won games that you just thought they had no business winning. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, that was my exact thing. Like once they got to 500 and you're like, okay, they were gonna, consistently be around 500. It was like, okay, this is where we're at. I wasn't expecting too much because I thought coming into this year, I did not expect for Randall to take the leap that he did.
I don't think anyone did.
No, he killed us though.
In the playoffs,
he killed us in the playoffs, and like half of it was awful.
I don't know if he can be a number one in the playoffs. I think we'll see. It was a rough series for him, but at the same time, like it wasn't. I'm not gonna put all the blame on him because they genuinely just did not have like enough offense. Like you look at that team, like if Derrick Rose wasn't scoring 20-something points, like they couldn't even score 90. Like they got to make some moves this offseason, try and get some more scorers in there. But like the foundation is there. Like they have like a team and an identity, which I feel like that's half the battle in the NBA. You need to like be able to hang your hat on something. Knicks hung their hat on playing hard and playing on the defensive end. And like you can make something out of that. You get a scorer, like you can make something out of that. And who knows? I mean, if RJ makes the leap in year 3 that he made from 1 to 2, who knows?
They're 2 pieces away plus RJ. And I think if you were going to if there was any like free agent signings that you would want, it's the Kawhi, but obviously now like don't even go after Kawhi because that would be the most Knicks thing to do is like you finally get the big star after he has a partially torn ACL. Don't even go anywhere near Kawhi. If you can swing a deal, maybe depending on because there's a lot of stars who get traded from their teams with just whack deals. And so if you can kind of fleece Portland, right? Maybe you can get Dame closer to the season. I don't know who else you would go out and get to put alongside Dame, but you need somebody else.
Dame would be the perfect fit. They would have to give up so much to get him. That's the thing. That's tough. They need a point guard. They need a guard this offseason. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know if I want it to be Colin Sexton after looking at some of his plus minus numbers is scary.
No, I don't want to pay Sexton at all.
That's the thing, dude. You're right. The extension is the scary part.
Yeah, like if I could get Colin for like 3 years, right? Maybe. Right? If you're asking me to give Colin Sexton a 3-year max, maybe, but he's gonna want that. He's gonna want that 5-year plus 150 type of contract, and I'm not comfortable giving that to him.
Yeah, I agree. I think Colin Sexton's a good player, but the question is has he been a really bad team, great stats guy? And like you look at the Cavs like plus minuses over the past 3 years, and like they're horrible when Colin Sexton's on the floor. Part of that is the Cavs are a horrible team, but part of that is also like he's not the greatest defender. He's undersized. And so if you're the Knicks, it's like how far are we willing to go to get a guy who can score? Like there's got to be a different way that they can find a way somebody who can score the ball.
Yeah. And it's crazy because Dame actually needs to be the last piece that you go get.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think that you go in and try to, Giannis, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I was waiting for you to see that.
This is back-to-back possessions with threes. What is going on?
By the way, Donovan, a day Smoot says, "Don't do it, Donovan. Don't guarantee it."
A day. That's my mom. Her name is Ada.
Oh, yeah, my mistake. I'm the worst at pronouncing names. I apologize.
So I guess my mother's still watching. Shout out to my mom.
She's not happy that she guaranteed the Knicks championship.
I know she's not. That's funny.
They're just giving. This is the difference of DeAndre Ayton being in the game. They actually have an inside presence.
Yeah.
The crazy thing, the Suns. So, my friend Logan pointed this out to me last week. The Suns took a center with the 10th pick in the draft, Jalen Smith, and he doesn't play. It's like, how bad can he be that he can't get these backup minutes behind Ayton for 10, 12 minutes a game? You took him top 10 and he can't play? I think that's kind of crazy to me. You can't tell me that Frank Kaminsky is the only option, then you just have to play him.
Yeah, what happened to Jalen Smith?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's hurt, but he has not played. He barely played all year.
Sean tried. He must be from Dirty Docs. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with Jalen Smith. I mean, that has to be priority number one for the Suns in the offseason, right? Is to go and get a backup big for Ayton.
It should just be we got to make sure Jalen Smith's ready to go. You can't. They took him top 10. Imagine if they had Halliburton or Sadiq Bey or even Isaiah Stewart right now. How much better this team would be.
Yeah.
And they're already a great team, but if that's who you are bringing in as your backup center instead of Frank Kaminsky,
just anybody playable.
Yes, literally anybody who can give you positive minutes.
Jalen Smith hasn't even stepped on the court in the finals yet.
Yeah, he hasn't. I don't know. I don't think he's hurt.
No, because he's played in the playoffs of 4 minutes one game, 2 minutes another game, a minute and a half another game. So he's played a couple minutes throughout the playoffs.
Were all those games in the Denver series?
No, he had one he had played 4 minutes in the game 5 against Lakers, played twice in the Denver series, and he played 3 times in the Clippers series.
Okay. Yeah,
I think just looking at these scores, I think these are all games that were blowouts one way or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 minutes in a 30-point win against the Lakers, he played 4 minutes. Yeah, all of them were wins or losses by at least 14 points that he got in on. So
yeah,
that's not good. That's tough. That's my JV basketball career.
The thing I find weird too, don't get me wrong, James Jones, you could say he deserved executive of the year. A lot of the moves other than the CP3 trade were Ryan McDonough, those were pre-James Jones. He didn't draft Devin Booker. This was a long process to get here. But if you were the Suns and you thought you were going to be able to compete for a title this year, which, I mean, obviously they had to have some kind of thought of that when they traded for Chris Paul. You can't take a guy top 10 and have him not be able to see the floor. That is a problem. That is not good. Because there's so many guys now. I know hindsight's 2020, but they could have had so many more valuable guys in that draft at later picks. Taking a guy top 10, you can't even see the floor. They have to hope that if you're playing the long game, it just didn't seem like the year to play the long game for them.
Donovan, you're getting all the support in the chat right now, by the way.
Let me go in.
I gotta message some of my friends here to give me some support.
Yeah. So listen, this is hard work. This, you know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing. 8:30, 8:40 at night. We're working to give the people great content to process. This is great.
So end of the first quarter, 23-20 for the Suns.
Yeah. Looking good for the under.
See if WinBet had. Oh yeah, that is good for the under, isn't it? WinBet still has the Suns as the underdog plus 125, Bucks minus 150, and the live total is 209.5. So if you're on the under, you're in a good spot.
Yeah, we gotta go see though. Like I'm really hoping that there's not like a third quarter explosion. And so like this next quarter is gonna be huge, I think, for the total, because like the Suns are just amazing in the second quarter. If they can blow this up, like if they can just, go nuclear and get themselves to like high 50s, I think that's gonna put the under in trouble.
Yeah, basketball's all about a game of runs.
It really is. I mean, the run the Bucks had in the third quarter last game sealed it. As soon as CP3 came out of the game, they went like 12-2 or some shit like that, and it was just over. Just not like Suns can't. Nobody can weather that in the playoffs if it's in the second half. You can weather that in the first half, but you get that like end of the third quarter, it's problematic.
Nicholas Latin0 back in, I know I mispronounced that, is back in the chat saying, "Love you, Peter Dewey." Totally right, Peter Dewey.
Thank you, Lats. Appreciate you, bro. Ian, you got to get the squad in on here for you. Yeah, I need to get you to read some positive comments.
Steven Smoot, it's amazing. Phoenix Suns didn't build a big lead and will come back to bite them in the fourth quarter. Steven Smoot Sr.
Yeah, so that's my dad commenting probably what my grandfather told him on the phone.
I love it. I need some support in the chat.
You do. I mean, everybody, it's basically it's basically 11 o'clock your time, Ian. Like everybody's asleep.
Yeah, it's 20 to 11 on a weeknight. Most people I know.
That's crazy. Asleep. The extra hour ahead, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
You're not kidding. This game's gonna end late for you.
That's why I got to move, man. Like covering sports in the Atlantic time zone is not ideal. Like Sunday night football and Monday night football, I'm going to bed like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's not great.
That's awful.
Did you find a place to move yet?
Not yet. Still in the process, but we'll see. A month from yesterday is when I plan to move to the States, and if I can't get through the border, I'll go to Toronto or Montreal instead. So I'll at least be in the Eastern time zone.
Okay. Toronto. Your Blue Jays, man. They're going to make the playoffs, I think.
I hope so, man. Looking at like that run differential stat.
It's kind of wild.
They have a better run differential than the Boston Red Sox, who are tied for the best record in the AL. So hoping for a big second half of the season for the Jays.
Vladdy's so fun to watch. That team is very fun to watch. They have a bunch of young guys who can really hit.
Yeah. It's a good time to be a Jays fan. Was that Booker just shooting those free throws, or is that someone else?
No, that's Torrey Craig.
Yeah, it's Torrey Craig.
I saw the shot, but then I didn't look to see who it was. So Booker's just had the one. He's just been
the one trip.
Yeah. Okay, Donovan. I wonder what Cam Johnson's line was at for threes today.
Oh, we should have checked that.
I think
that's been like automatic all series.
Yeah, because we hit.
Someone I know was on that. See if I can find it.
Yeah, because we hit earlier. He's already hit one tonight.
Yeah, it was only at 1.5.
Oh my God, Jay Crowder, what are you doing?
I'm taking like Cam Johnson 1.5 basically every night.
Yeah, man. If they just give him 5 threes, like especially corner threes, they're going in. Like he's making 2. There's no way he's missing.
Yeah. And he's gonna get one more tonight. Oh my goodness. Giannis is a cheat code. That was beautiful.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say it is funny. I understand how great Giannis is, but it's still funny watching him play because every time I see him, all I think about is James Harden saying he has no skill.
That interview was hilarious when he said that stuff.
He's like, I wish I could just be 7 feet tall and run towards the basket.
those last two Suns possessions were the ultimate definition of the Jay Crowder experience. Great offensive rebound, smoke the layup, then hit a contested three. Like it's just you get a mixed bag, but I feel like he ends up being a net positive. He's a good player. Perfect role player. Oh, nice pass, Chris.
Well done.
Yeah. The definition of a role player. And Jay's so weird because he'll just go and just have trash nights and just have just go 0 for 5. And then the next night, that's a pocket pass. That's a dime.
That was a great pass, right?
That was a nice pass.
Yeah. He looked like me in pickup.
Book just got hit in the face. I forgot. I'm ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you good.
I'm not a fan of these 4K cameras. They trip me out a little bit.
Those are 8K?
Oh, is it 8K? My mistake. The 8K cameras.
When they used them in the NFL, it was kind of trippy, man. When guys would score touchdowns.
I kind of like it. I don't like it when they show fans with the camera. It's like I don't want to see fans in this high definition.
That's fair. That's 100%.
That's all. Yeah, that's very true. I don't think fans in general should be it should be a complete experience. Like they shouldn't have this high spotlight on them. Let's see, he got hit again. Is he faking? Also, I don't know if y'all saw, but whenever they go to the view behind Holiday, there's this one fan wearing I think it was 2 years ago, the Earn jersey, where it's the white Bucks jersey with the green and red stripes on one side. Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I know what jersey you're talking about.
Do y'all rock with those?
I like them.
They're all right. I like them more than the Bucks blue jerseys they had this year. I don't really understand them going to blue. I don't know how they get. Oh my God! Dude, Jay Crowder is just. What is he doing? Oh my God! He hits a 3 and then he comes and does that. Come on!
This is about to be foolish.
Yeah, did you think he was gonna dunk that? I thought he was gonna try and dunk that.
The Jay Crowder experience, man. I love it. It's electric.
That was something.
This man has low IQ. Also, shout out Torrey Craig. We've been giving Giannis all this praise for coming back and just, and balling on a bum knee. Torrey Craig did the same thing. The Suns were going to be in huge trouble if Torrey Craig couldn't play. And he's just come out and is still giving them quality minutes.
Imagine if they had Sadiq Bey to play those minutes when Torrey Craig got hurt. So I feel bad because I don't think Jalen Smith's that bad.
Oh.
He must be ahead of me. Oh. Okay. That's Ben's guy right there.
Okay, I'll be next. To say,
This has been quite the quarter from Jay Crowder. We're 4 minutes and 15 seconds in, and I've gotten the full Jay Crowder experience in this quarter. It's been fun.
I tried to pause my stream, by the way, so you guys can catch up. And then when I click play, it jumps forward to live. I can't.
That's what keeps happening to me. I don't want to close out of it either because I think it's going to put me even further ahead, right? If I restart it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can. I'm going to go back and I'm going to see if I can jump back in.
Word.
See if I can catch up on these free throws.
Tonight's going to be the night that Chris Middleton puts up 1 assist because I put the bet on it.
Oh, no. I messed up.
All right, now you just can't get the stream at all?
Yeah, now it's playing with me and it's giving me the same option as last time. Where it's giving me the Thursday at 3 a.m. stream.
Right.
We can always stream that too.
This is fantastic.
It's going to be 4 a.m. for Ian though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The Open will tee off by then.
No, it's not. It's gonna be 5 a.m. for Ian because this ain't 3 a.m. my time.
Oh yeah, 3 a.m. your time. Oh man.
Sorry, Donovan. We'll let you know if anything big happens here while you get that figured out.
Thank you. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Am I back? I think I'm about to be back. Cool. All right. So I'm at 7:31. And
That's what I'm at. Let's go.
You're perfect. Yeah,
All right.
we're all at the same place.
All right, beautiful.
Chris just inbounded.
The Bucks have the ball right now.
Oh,
Middleton dime. Let's go. That's 2. All right.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. I'm still a couple
tie game.
All right. I'm like 2 seconds behind you guys.
Yeah. So that's a lot better.
That's good enough.
That's cool.
That's also once again to bring the attention back to these jerseys. The Cream City jersey is awful, and whoever designed that should be terrible.
That
and
was
you should
pretty
never and like just purely based off of internet jokes, you should know what you're doing whenever you put Cream City on the jersey. I'm just saying, the internet's gonna get the jokes off, so you should have known better.
Logan Reardon goes Pete, who wins in a fight, Scott Foster or Coach Budenholzer? That is
Scott Foster.
Scott Foster was colluding with Bud in Game 3 with all those free throws the Bucks got. That's all. That was Scott Foster made sure that Chris Paul wasn't going to get the 3-0 lead. That's my favorite. That might be my favorite feud in the NBA, man. Chris Paul versus Scott Foster.
Yeah, hasn't Chris Paul never won a game that he's refed or something like that?
He's in the playoffs. His teams are 0-13 when Chris Paul plays and Scott Foster refs. They're 1-0 when Scott Foster refs Chris Paul's teams, but Chris Paul doesn't play. Very weird.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's a crazy stat.
Yes, sir. My boy Nicholas in the chat. You agree with me? You see the vision? That was a terrible idea.
They have the jerseys like thinking about some of the Bucks jerseys. They went for some random colorways, man. Like they did those. They have the blue ones now. Like they act like the dark green is a nice, like it's a good jersey color. Like why not just play off of that and stick to that? I feel like they like could do fine with that. You didn't have to go like the Cream City route or the blue ones. Like there was just no need. It was very unnecessary.
Here's the thing though, like so with the Cream City ones, I don't hate the color of it. I think like that the off-white color is and like the eggshell color is okay. And again, first off, do you guys remember where I told you early on that I can just do like a deep dive on these jerseys all day? Like I'm about to go into this rabbit hole. But so like the Cream City ones and like the eggshell ones, so that design wasn't terrible. It's literally just the word on the front. And so that's not bad. The blue ones, I have a problem with a lot of the city jerseys. And so that one was supposed to represent some part of Milwaukee where like the blue is very iconic. And so that's why they used it on the jerseys. But there's a lot of city jerseys in the NBA that just suck and need huge revamping. I think the worst one that we've ever seen was the Mavs last year with the blue and green gradient and the graffiti writing. That was awful.
Yeah, those were bad too. What'd you think of the Knicks ones this year? The City Never Sleeps ones.
Those are trash. Those along with the Mavs jerseys from last year are the two worst like basketball jerseys that I've seen. I would rather us wear sleeved jerseys than wear those.
Oh man, the sleeve jerseys, that was an era. LeBron ripping off his sleeves in the fourth quarter is like my favorite thing. Did it like every game. He was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah. I hate the fact that, and one of my friends at Primetime Benny D, go follow him. He's a great content creator. We have this conversation all the time, and he's like, he's a huge LeBron fan, and he hates the fact that LeBron won that Game 7 in that goofy jersey, and that it wasn't like a cool jersey that LeBron, wanted. And so now he has LeBron. Like one of the most iconic moments in NBA history is ruined because Adam Silver wanted to push this, let's make the NBA into soccer agenda, and just wanted to get sleeves in.
You think the whole moment was ruined because of the jerseys?
It's lessened, yes.
Damn.
It's lessened, yes. I think that Nike has done a great disservice to the game by taking out home and away jerseys and just having quote unquote icon and association and statement and not having alternate. I think it's very, very dumb what they've done. Because they've taken out the meaning behind a lot of jerseys, and a lot of iconic moments aren't able, like in terms of like pictures and just photographing, they're not able to happen anymore because we could just wear any type of jersey on any day and it doesn't mean anything. Like think about how many times that the Suns have worn those Black Valley jerseys.
I kind of like those though. I'm not gonna lie.
I love those.
Those are clean.
They're nice, but you're overdoing it. Those think about all the alternate jerseys that you used to see, and it's like, okay, if a team like with the Heat, when the Heat used to wear like the red jerseys, you knew like, okay, this is a big game. They feel like it's important, and it's about to be something. It's a moment, and if they did that this year, they would have wore the red jersey 60 games out of 82, and it would have meant nothing.
That's fair.
That's
You're big into the jerseys, though, eh?
I am huge. I
hardly notice what jerseys teams are wearing.
No, I can do this all day, every day.
We need Win to put up an odds for what jersey the Suns are going to wear in Game 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
take control here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would have to do that, and this is like my nerd is going to come out, but you would have to do that before the series because teams have a series schedule in which they announce which jerseys that they're going to wear pre-series.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. And you can actually find that there's I think it's like NBALockerroom.net or something. And so you can find out like the jersey matchup for every team for every game before every game. And it usually has it for like the whole 82 game series.
Cam Payne is such a fun story, man. I love seeing him play well.
It's a sad story because he's just fallen off.
He fell off. Well, he was out of the league, though. The fact that he's come back and like actually played like a meaningful role is very cool.
Yeah. In the macro.
I like Book attacking in this quarter. Oh, what? They call a goaltend? They call a foul. They call a foul? Oh, my God. Did he get him? Oh, that's not getting called in the Olympic Games, I'll tell you that.
Oh, in FIBA? No. He doesn't touch him. Does he get him? It's a foul. He gets him. He gets him. All right, let's do a live check-in on these.
Yeah, I need to check
over under. Because I think we're doing pretty good on the under.
Yeah, it's only 80 points right now. It's not bad.
Right now, the live total is at 216 and a half. Just jumped. Suns are still plus 125 on the money line. Bucks are minus 150.
So the odds haven't moved too much.
No, not much. I mean, this is a good game. This is probably one of the better games of the series. This is actually because game 3 was a 15-point game at halftime.
I think what you said before tip-off is going to be true is that we're finally going to see a close game.
I hope so, man.
Last play.
I think like that's as much as sometimes close NBA games at the end of games can be infuriating because it just takes so long with all the reviews and timeouts and everything. Like, it's the finals. Like, I feel like we need to get at least one or two like real close ones.
What was the game recently? Like the last 30 seconds took like 30 minutes.
Oh, that was a Clippers Suns, right?
Yeah, I think that was game. That was game 2.
Game 2. That was wild. That was the 8 and alley-oop game, right?
Yeah, the valley oop.
Dude, Book is cooking right now. Oh my god.
Yeah. This is exactly what they needed.
I can't waver tomorrow for Book's MVP odds. Just go flying up.
Brook Lopez tossing it to a ghost.
Point guard, Brook Lopez.
Get Bobby in the game. Get Bobby in the game.
Sad. Middleton
nobody around at all.
Get Bobby in the game.
Middleton's only got 2 dimes, and now he's on the bench. I don't love that. He's been taking a lot of shots in this game.
Oh, another bad pass. Boys.
Oh, no, you got to catch that, Cam.
It's a little high.
You got to catch it. You are 6'8", and your hands are huge. You can catch a basketball.
That's true. Do you guys think it's possible, and I wrote an article about this earlier this week, that if the Suns win the series, but Giannis keeps putting up like these 40-point games and losses, would the NBA ever again give NBA Finals MVP to a guy in a losing team?
No.
Or is that just done?
No.
I think no. I think if they ever were going to do it, would have been LeBron in one of those Warriors-Cavs series.
In 2015.
Yeah, the year that he put up like, what, he almost averaged like a 30-something point triple-double, right? Or did he? He might have, and he didn't win it. Like, that probably would have been the year if they were going to do it. I feel like they're definitely going to give it to CP3. Unless Book goes crazy these next couple games. If the Suns win, I feel like CP3 is going to be a shoo-in. It'll be like their perfect little
so you think
storyline.
No matter what, even if someone put up like 45 points a game in a losing effort, they just wouldn't do that anymore.
No.
I don't think so.
They did in the NHL not long ago.
Yeah, I'm with Peter. Yeah, I'm with Peter. I think if you don't give it to LeBron in 2015, like they went, and first off, Steph was robbed. That should have been his finals MVP over Iguodala.
Thank you, man. Steph had a great series. He had one bad game, and everybody like wrote him off. It wasn't like game 2 or something. He had a horrible game, but he was lights out at the end of that series, and they didn't give him any respect.
He had I can't remember it. I think it was game 4. He had like 38 points in game 4. He averaged like 25 for the series. He did not play as bad as everyone said he did. That's the first thing. He should have been Finals MVP. The second, like, if you have to go down and give Iguodala and give him Finals MVP for holding LeBron, like LeBron's numbers, LeBron averaged almost 36 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists.
That's wild.
So if it's gonna happen, it would happen then.
It's just ridiculous. So yeah, I don't see it ever happening again.
That's the other reason why I never got the Iguodala MVP, because like they gave it to him partially because he played great. He played the best he probably could have played on LeBron, but it wasn't like if he had shut down LeBron, I would be like, yeah, he probably deserves MVP. Like if you shut down LeBron James, like yeah, you kind of deserve that. But like LeBron went off every game. Iguodala was just like the only guy that like was like on him in like big moments. Like it was like okay. Like all the shots Steph made, they were just like, oh no, it didn't really matter that much. Like I don't know. That was kind of crazy to me. They Finals MVP is like I'm trying to think if I don't remember the one Kawhi one, if anybody got robbed in that one. I don't remember if Parker or Duncan had a really good series.
Maybe Tim, just because Tim's defense, like because it was the same situation where they give Kawhi Finals MVP because he's the one who's guarding LeBron. Mm-hmm. But LeBron still, I think LeBron averaged, close to 30 a night. And his efficiency wasn't even as bad as what it was in 2015. So I think maybe you could have given that one to Duncan, but Kawhi also averaged like 17 points a game, which isn't terrible.
Yeah, I mean...
It's crazy. Yeah, it's that one, and then maybe in '08, maybe you give it to KG rather than Paul Pierce. But I mean, Paul Pierce was hooping.
He was. Unfortunately, I have to admit he was hooping. I'm not a Paul Pierce guy, but
Really?
no, not a Paul Pierce guy. Just not. I think he was good. I just don't think he was like. I don't think he's like. I mean, he's probably a Hall of Famer, but I don't know if he's like just like this automatic like Hall of Famer. Like Paul Pierce also talked himself up so much on ESPN, and it was like, dude, you were not that guy. Like, come on. He won. The only time he ever won anything was with KG and Ray. Like the Celtics stunk without those guys for years. Like, I don't know.
Paul Pierce should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, he probably will be. He probably will be. I'm just not a fan.
No. Like, and I remember we had this conversation when we were talking about like quarterbacks and talking about like Eli Phillip. And it's like I know that they will be, but should they be, like, in theory? And I'm saying Paul Pierce should be like even outside of that, like outside of the ring, Paul Pierce is a 10-time all. If you have 10 All-Stars, you're a first ballot. But 10-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, made the All-Rookie team, averaged nearly 20-5 for his career. Like he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
All right, that's fair. All right, now I got a question for you then.
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
Real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Real quick, and just to give Paul Pierce like some more love. This man got stabbed multiple times and then did not miss a game.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. That's crazy.
Played all 82 like 2 months after getting stabbed like 9 times in the back. So all right. Shout out Paul Pierce.
Here's my question for you. All time, who are you taking, Carmelo Anthony or Paul Pierce?
I'm taking Melo.
Okay, good. That shouldn't even be a question. But Melo deserves his flowers, dude. People did not give Melo. He's gonna finish his career like top 7 or 8 in scoring probably. And like you do that, like you're in every top 50 list ever. Like I don't know how.
That's tough though.
Like he never won a title. He's probably never going to win a title. Although I would love to see him sign with the Lakers this offseason and see if they can steal one. If LeBron's going to win a title, I hope Melo gets one too. But like
national champion.
Exactly, dude. That was one of the most impressive like NCAA tournament performances I think, like in our lifetimes. Nobody could stop him. Nobody could stop him.
Him or Cardiac Kemba.
Kemba's run because it was longer might have been better, to be honest with you. I reluctantly say that because I am not a UConn fan, even though I'm in Connecticut, and I reluctantly say that. But that run, the Big East tournament, all the shots he hit that man was on another level.
I got to ask you guys, is this giving someone their flowers? Is this a new slang term I'm not caught up to yet?
This man is old.
Twice tonight.
This man is old.
Giving someone their flowers? What does that mean? What are we talking about here?
It mean okay, like the meaning behind it though, right? Like you've heard that phrase before, right?
No, that's what I'm asking.
Okay,
is this a new thing?
So when somebody dies, you go to their grave and you put flowers on their grave, and so sure. You give somebody their flowers and their accomplishments. No, before they die. And so that's the phrase. It's like giving somebody their flowers. It's a shortened version of like I'm going to give you your flowers before you die. That way you can like appreciate the appreciation.
All right. I guess I'm getting old, I guess. Starting to show my age a little bit.
This guy. This man is washed. It's crazy.
Oh, they got Cal in the house tonight? No wonder Book's hooping.
Can they stop this? Can they stop this this book like is like the next Kobe narrative? Can we stop this?
Yeah, they got to chill with that. Uh-oh. What are we at right now?
Oh, I don't like this.
I still think the under's good right now, but this is
yeah, this has been
interesting.
Certainly much higher scoring.
Middleton 3 assists. Let's go, baby. Love to see that.
What was the over-under on that?
5.5. Plus 115 to go over, though. So very nice value. That was the other reason why I took it. That was probably the best value I could find that I thought something was actually going to hit. Other than Suns money line. Suns money line was pretty good too.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the wire.
So the live over-under is 217.5 right now.
Okay.
I still think the under probably on that, right?
Yeah, I think it tightens up towards the end of the game. And if there's not another crazy run, then we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Really,
Bobby Portis rebound.
Chris is feeling it.
Brings him up to 3 before halftime. Yeah, we're hitting that.
That's big time. Damn, Chris Paul is not having a good game. Is this where Book sneaks himself back into the MVP conversation? They steal one in Milwaukee and Chris Paul has a bad game and Book goes off?
Yeah, he gets back into the conversation if it keeps playing like this. I also think that everyone just wants to give it to Chris.
Yes, I agree 100%. I feel like Book would have to do some crazy stuff for them not to give it to Chris. Especially because Chris was really good in games 1 and 2. Like he set himself a nice solid base where if it's like, oh, well, he can have a bad game because Book had a couple bad games. Like, let's see. Yeah. Portis at 3, Middleton 3 assists. Middleton's got 16 points too.
Yeah, let me check this box. Okay, I'll take it at halftime.
Yeah, I'm checking right now. Middleton's
52. Booker's got 20 points.
Giannis only 8 shots, but he's got 12, 7, and 4. Drew's 3 for 10. Could have seen that one coming.
Let's see. Mikal's actually hooping nice. Mikal's 3 for 4, 7 points. Jay Crowder, 2 for 4 from 3, 6 points. DeAndre, 3 for 7. He only had 6 points, no free throw attempts. I think he needs to get to the line.
Donovan, you're gonna like this one. Bucks are -8 in the Brook Lopez minutes, +6 in the Bobby Portis minutes.
I try to tell everybody for years. I've been telling them that Bobby Portis is that guy, and now the numbers are just backing me up. So thank you for that.
All right, if you guys aren't looking at the box score, who's got the highest ± right now? Take a guess on either
Bobby
team.
Portis.
The highest ±?
Yeah.
Middleton.
Pat Connaughton +9.
What does Pat do?
He was good in game 3, man. He was hitting some shots. I think he hit a 3 tonight too.
No, he's 0 for 3 tonight.
Oh, damn.
He's a fraud.
Pat Connaughton with 2 points, 1 dime in 12 minutes, but he's +9.
Fraud.
Classic. That was a good half, though. That's exactly what I want. I want a close game. We need to see a close game at some point. Yeah. That's where you get the legendary finals plays.
Yeah. The series has actually been a lot closer than the final scores have been. Like, if you look at the total points, I think the total points is separated by, 3 points. It's in Phoenix's favor. Mm-hmm. And this is something that I had, wrote about earlier today when I was in the betting trends. But, the turnovers is a 4 turnover difference. The 3-point shooting percentage is 0.2% difference. It's a 3-point differential. Everything. The only thing that's really, really kind of has a big gap is just the Bucks on rebounds. I think they're +17 coming into tonight on the glass, which makes sense. Right, especially considering that Ayton got into foul trouble last game. But yeah, that's also another reason why I was very comfortable with the under, because it's the same thing as you. I was we're due for one of those games, for one of those games where it just gets slow, starts grinding out, and you start to see things even out, and we're not seeing these crazy runs, and then nobody can get back into the game.
Yeah. The way this game's been going too, it's been a lot of Book ISO ball. but it's working obviously. But like those type of games where you're not seeing like quick possessions, like perfect for unders, and like they're actually like the Suns have ran some really good sets for Book. Like they're showing some of these sets, but like they've been like they're letting him get to his spots, which is like good that they had to get him involved. Like I respect Monty Williams for being like, we're gonna make sure he gets going, because the way he's played the last like, what was it, 4 games in the Clipper series, 3 games. The way he's played like the last 8 games, like it would have been hard for me to be like, we're gonna go to him no matter what again. Like I respect that he trusted him.
Yeah. No.
What are the live odds here at halftime? Basically back to where they were at the start of the game. Bucks minus 165, Suns plus 135.
Yeah.
Totals at 216.5. So it's trending under.
Yeah, I like that for the under. I still feel, Ian, I still like your Suns money line pick.
It's gonna come down to the wire, I think.
The Suns were like the perfect team to bet on all year. If you just took Suns like against the spread every single game, you would have made so much money. Like they covered like 68% of the time. Yeah, they covered so much. Them and the Knicks, man. Knicks always were covering.
But at Knicks, like the end of the season, they were on like a 20 streak cover streak at one point.
Yeah. Then when they were winning all those games, well, they won like a bunch in a row at the end of the year, like middle end of the year. And when they did that, like they weren't favored in some of those games too, I don't think. So like it was just huge. Like it's crazy. But I know. Who wouldn't have the Knicks favored? Like, come on.
50 win season incoming.
Oh man. Now I could see them taking a step back next year, to be honest. I feel like
I 100% see it. What, you know how hard it is to play as hard of defense that they play night in and night out? And like if Julius had a career year shooting the ball, if he regresses at anything, they go down. Does Reggie get re-signed? Like how much money does Reggie want? Like there's a lot of, if Burks leaves, because Burks had a lot of games where he was saving them, there's a lot of moving pieces with the Knicks where if they just like kind of stay stagnant, I could totally see them going from like a 500 team to being like 8 games under 500.
Yeah. This is my thought on the Knicks offseason. If they can do it in a cost-effective way where they're not locking these guys up for a long time and it's also not like just going to use all their cap room, I would love for them to bring back Rose, Burks, and Bullock. I think it makes a lot of sense in terms of the guys played together. Like you were successful, like keep as much of this team together as you can, and then try and find a different point guard instead of Elfrid Payton, which is, I mean, I feel like that's the most obvious hole, but
yeah, get him out of here.
And Nerlens too. I would love to see them bring back Nerlens. I just think I think Burks and Nerlens might have priced themselves out of the Knicks range, unless they're planning on not bringing back Mitch, but like long term. Because Mitch I don't know, have you seen the Mitch contract stuff? It's kind of weird. So Mitch's contract, they can decline his team option for next year and make him a restricted free agent this offseason, or they can accept his team option and he's an unrestricted free agent next offseason. So like, I think it would have been a no-brainer to decline his team option if he had stayed healthy this year and just like been like, we'll give him whatever, we're bringing Mitch back. But because he got hurt, like, do you risk him getting an offer, like a big offer from somebody, and then like you have to match a Mitch offer in free agency after he played like 30 games because he was hurt, and to bring him back? Or do you just like would you be willing to let him walk for nothing? It's a very weird situation. Like, I think that depends a lot on whether or not they would bring back Nerlens.
Yeah, I think I would say, listen, we're going to keep Mitch as a restricted free agent, And that's the way I would go, because either one gonna give Mitch this crazy contract. And again, like, you have to see, because as much as I love Mitch is so just foul prone and already very injury prone that I don't know if I can afford to have Mitch as like a centerpiece of my team, like a legitimate centerpiece going forward. And so let's keep him around. Let's see what happens with Julius next year, because if he falls off a cliff, I'm not creating my future around Julius. Like
that's the other thing. Would you max Julius?
I don't want to. I don't want to give Julius a 4-year max.
They're in a weird spot. That's why I just don't think like trading for Colin Sexton is necessarily the move. I think if they got him for like nothing, like if it was one of the first round picks this year, and like if that's all the price was, I'd be like, yeah, why not see if it works for a year and then decide about extending him. Mm-hmm. But like, you can't be sitting there and saying, okay, next offseason, we have to figure out a way to bring back Mitch. We're going to max Randall and we're going to max Colin Sexton. And like, this is our team. And then when RJ's contract, we're maxing him up. Like, it's just like, that's scary.
Not smart.
No,
that's
yeah, exactly.
Smart.
They can't put themselves in that spot. So I would rather see them. Like, the thing that sucks is if they try to trade for any star, everybody's going to say you have to include RJ Barrett. And so I think
which is like, whack, because everybody was dogging RJ and calling him trash. And now he's a must have. Because y'all finally see the vision. Also, shout out to us for completely taking over this Suns Bucks final stream and turning it into a Knicks podcast. this is beautiful.
But yeah, man, because that's the thing. If you trade RJ, it's one step back, one step forward, 2 steps back. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I could talk to the Knicks all day, man. It's an obsession. It's spent me a lot of hours of sadness, but
Knicks for clicks. I have to show you. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it. I have a picture when we lost the lottery. I think it was the Zion. No, was it the Zion year? No, it was before this year, because I wanted LaMelo, and so we ended up dropping it in the lottery like per usual. And my friends took this picture of me with my Knicks bucket hat on and my blanket over me, like my Knicks blanket over, and it's just like I basically recreated the Michael Jordan crying meme. And I need to find it. Let me ask them for it right now, and I'm gonna send it to y'all. It's one of my shining moments.
This season, Donovan, we got to get you to come to New York when Ian moves to New York, and we got to go to a Knicks game.
I'm 100% down.
Maybe we'll see if Brian will come, get Ben, get the whole squad going. Little company Knicks trip. That's the move right there.
Yeah, I'm excited to see some action in Madison Square Garden.
Dude, the Garden is
legendary. I've never been.
Man, there's no place like the Garden, man. Like the Knicks, I've been to four Knicks games now. Like the Knicks can be bad, but like if they're winning, dude, the Garden is just electric. Like it's not like people say like, oh, just Knicks fans. That like I'm dead serious. There was the last game I went to was New Year's Day of 2020. Melo returned to the Garden on the Blazers. Like Melo's my guy, so I was like, all right, this might be the last time I get to see him play. I'm gonna buy tickets. The Knicks blew the Blazers out, and like Frank was going off, and the place was rocking. Knicks were like 25 games under 500. Like it was like we stink, but like the place was rocking for a January 1st game when the Knicks are already out of it. Like there's no place that's like that in the NBA. I honestly believe that.
All right, so Ben's about to come on, so we are going to take a very quick break. We'll be back in a few minutes, hopefully for the start of the second half here. So everyone watching, stay tuned in. Quick break, and then Ben will be joining us for the second half.
Yeah, I wanted LaMelo so bad.
You guys got the guy
All right.
from.
I believe we're back here, by the way. So Ben Heisler joining us for the second half. Welcome, Ben.
What's going on, fellas? Sorry, I was a bit late to the first half. All you young fellas are able to get in on the game right from the very beginning. Got young kids, and so one of them's about 4.5, 5 months old. So in order for them to try and get a little bit of sleep through the night, you got to put in bed at the latest possible point.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense. What bet did you have, Ben? I read a little at the start of the show. Oh, Brook Lopez over 16.5 combined points and rebounds. And 10 points, no rebounds? Yeah.
We were talking about that a little bit while we took a quick break. I'm always happy to see Brook around the basket, getting some offensive buckets, especially in this scenario. But 1 rebound would be nice. Maybe 2 rebounds would be wonderful. 3 might even be spectacular. Like my basis on this, and you guys can tell me sort of your impressions here, is that I thought Giannis was going to just get all sorts of he would get doubled up inside in the paint. That they weren't going to let him go for like another 40 and 15. And so then you have Lopez inside that he'd be able to dump the ball off to. He's gotten those easy buckets, but I figured Phoenix would up their defense a little bit, which they did in the first quarter, but they just had the rebounding opportunity for Lopez. Not that he's a great rebounder. I just figured there'd be more putback opportunities because of the fact that there's so much coverage around Giannis. It just hasn't been the case so far.
It's weird.
Go ahead. No, you go.
I was gonna say, like you said, 3 rebounds. That might be the sweet spot. If you can get 14 and 3, that's right. There you hit the over right there.
And then we're looking at the Brook Lopez of old, our former Nets Brook Lopez.
I was going to say Brook Lopez should get minus points for his pass to absolutely no one there. I don't know if he saw that off then, but he had a pass that was just literally no one was even within 10 feet.
Yeah, that sounds like something that might happen to Brook Lopez over the course of a game, just sort of the errant pass to nobody. Although I know that you guys did a quick check-in for where everybody is in the game. So now that I'm playing catch-up, how far along are you? I got Chris Paul dribbling up the ball at the top of the key right now. Now it's Booker, and I'm trying to get the score bug on there. About 9:18 left. So am I super ahead? Am I super behind you guys?
I'm at
9:18.
I'm at 9:40 right now.
Okay.
I'm at 9:43.
All right.
Mine's showing a replay right now. Mine's at 10:01. Am I way behind you? I was way ahead. Now
how did that happen?
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. When you guys see, I think Giannis just got slapped right by the basket. As soon as that happens, you guys let me know, and then I think I'll be back where I need to be, so that we can all get fairly synced up. How have you guys been doing with your bets so far tonight?
Oh, it just happened. That was going to be the Middleton 4th assist. Middleton's at 3 right now. I had him over 5.5.
Okay. It just happened for me.
Okay, it just happened.
Yeah.
Giannis is doing a little bit of yoga on the ground.
I'm at
heavy breaths.
9:02.
Okay.
I think is that where we are right now?
Am I behind you guys?
I'm watching a little slow-mo from Booker kissing it off the glass.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Okay. All right. See, that was easy enough. But yeah, so I was asking you guys, so Peter, you're on the over for Middleton assists, right?
Yeah.
Did you go with points too, or just that play?
I just did the 5.5 assists because he's been, it was plus odds too. So I was like, I gotta take this.
Yeah.
I felt like it was an automatic, and now he's kind of scaring me because he's taken 16 shots already.
I mean, you knew that he was going to shoot a ton in this game. Like that was inevitable. But I also thought that at some point, a lot of those double teams might come too. And he'd have to try and be able to get some couple other guys open. But I didn't mind the play at all.
He's been playing more of like a passer role the last couple of games. He only took 14 shots in game 3. Mm-hmm. And so I was kind of like, all right, if that's what he's going to do, like he's not shooting the ball well. So he's like, all right, let me get other guys involved. But he was hitting at the beginning of the game. So like, I get why he's shooting the ball. It's not like he's like 6 for 60. Like he's making shots, but that Giannis foul was tough. That was a layup waiting to happen.
By the way, so far the win bet bonus of Devin Booker going 100% from the charity stripe. He's 4 for 4. So that could theoretically happen. He's got 24 points, hasn't made a 3.
I kind of like that from Book. He's been aggressive.
Book's always like that though. Like even like that 70-point game that he had way back when, he only made like 4 threes that night. Like he's like him and Chris Paul, they're like the ultimate just mid-range backcourt. Like they don't need threes no matter what anybody tells them.
No, that's true. And it's kind of a nice throwback too. Like I love teams being able to spread it out a little bit. And if you got the shooters to be able to do it, then it's really fun. Like the worst is when you're not a 3-point shooting team. Like the Bulls were like this a couple of years ago when they had Jim Boylan and somebody got in Boylan's ear. He's like, Jim, like the league is adjusting. Like you got to shoot threes now. He's like, oh, you do? So they just chucked up threes, but they didn't have any guys that could shoot. And so not only were they just like, it was just atrocious. Like you'll see that a lot of times in college basketball. Like the teams will shoot threes because they're trying to make up for the lack of athleticism. And sometimes it works and a lot of times it doesn't work. And that's what you were seeing from the Bulls from a couple of years ago. It was just a bad sight.
My favorite, one of my favorite things to bet on is mid-major conferences in college basketball, and so I spent a lot of time during the spring watching mid-major basketball. There's some tough scenes out there, man. Just guys tossing bricks from 3 all game.
I mean, I don't know how you guys felt about watching college basketball during the pandemic. I think it got exposed because so much of college basketball's hype is about like the environment and where you are.
Yeah.
And like when you're just watching, like, and I'm, salute to these kids, and I'm so glad that they're finally going to be able to take advantage and get paid for their likeness and get paid. It's been well deserved for a long time for a lot of these guys, but like it was hard to watch really bad basketball in empty environments that like that's the draw. Like when I'm in Kansas City. And so Kansas City is a huge college basketball town because you got KU about 45 minutes away. There's University of Missouri, which is about 2 hours west of us. Kansas State's nearby. Like you all used to be part of like the Big 12 until Missouri moved to the SEC. So college hoops is huge here. And I got that debate for so long of, the college basketball experience is better than the NBA. Like it's not even close.
Not even close. Yeah.
I can't get behind that. Like
I disagree with that. I love watching college basketball way more than NBA, and it's not even close. Even without the fans, without the fans this past year, you're right. It wasn't quite the same. I agree with that, but I still just like the college game better.
That's what about take, it? Ian. That's a terrible take.
The college game.
I'm sorry. The college basketball. Every single game is important. Every single one, no matter what. I find a lot of times in NBA, guys take nights off, and in college basketball, I find they play a lot more team basketball. They stick to more of kind of their style, their game plan. In the NBA, it's all like ISO plays.
You know why? You know why they have to run plays and do team basketball? Because nobody's good enough to ISO all game long.
I accept that. I don't disagree with that. And obviously, NBA, it's more talented players, obviously, but I don't know. I like college basketball better. I like the intensity of it.
Yeah. It's one of the. There you go. Put it on the board.
There it is.
You got it.
College basketball, man.
Oh my goodness, Chris.
It's a bad product. It's just a bad product.
I disagree.
The game, the basketball part of college basketball is a terrible product. March Madness is really fun. But it's also not fun like to watch a random game in January and somebody shoot like 6 for 42 from 3. It's like, all right, like we can go to the NBA. I think just the NBA basketball is just the purest form of basketball. It's the best you're gonna get. College basketball is just like you have like a few guys that are really good, but if you're like I mean, I covered college basketball for 3 years at Quinnipiac. Like you get some mid-major games that are rough, man. Like they're rough to watch. and just people don't make shots.
Marist against Fairfield? Come on.
Yeah,
there's nothing better on a Tuesday night than Marist against Fairfield.
That's,
goodness.
We gotta. Ian, when you move to New York, you're gonna realize that there's a lot better things on a Tuesday night than Quinnipiac against Fairfield.
Yeah.
And I'm not even in New York.
What schools are in New York? Is there any good college basketball in New York City? Syracuse is close by, isn't it?
Rutgers, St. John's at the Garden.
Oh, they play at the Garden? Like that's their home?
They play some games on campus, but then they play like, what is it, half of their games at the home games at the Garden? Something like that. They have some kind of deal.
Might become a St. John's fan.
By the way, I love how all of us are like, oh, well, in New York, you can do this. I don't think any of us are actually in New York. Ian, you're actually going to be moving to New York, but Pete, you're on the East Coast, but not in New York. Donovan's in Texas. I'm in Kansas City. Like Brian, our boss man Brian is in New York, and we'll be there. We'll be there a bunch. But I love that we're like, for all of our audience, like, no, we're not actually in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, good move.
By the way, just to catch up on the chat here, Stephen Smoot Jr. or Senior chimes in again, and he said earlier, I'm glad you guys were talking Knicks earlier because I'm a diehard fan, but the guy who will change their future will be Colin Sexton.
Oh, God. I don't know about that. I would love, if the Knicks trade for Colin Sexton, I will be fully on the Colin Sexton train just because I can't not root for him, but I don't know. It's jury's out.
Jay Crowder just took his 7th 3 of the game, or his 7th 3-pointer of the game. That's one that I'm regretting not taking the over on threes on, because I think his was set at either 1.5 or 2.5.
Matthew Law says, Suns are scaring me. I've had multiple chances to pull ahead and keep going cold when the opportunities arise. Hope the defense can keep going. They're scaring me too, because I'm on Suns money line. So I don't want the spread here. I need a straight up win.
There was one bet. There was one bet I saw at a sports book. Did not see it available at Win, unfortunately. But there was one bet that I saw was like Booker to have 30 plus and Suns win, and I think it was maybe plus 450, plus 500. And I was looking at that going, oh, if only.
Pretty good right now.
If only. But
is he about to go to the line here? Yeah.
You're ahead of me by a second.
Oh, am I ahead of you guys?
It was like by a second. He was like getting into the shot when you said it.
Yeah. And that's a 3.
Is that a foul?
They call it in the landing space?
PJ didn't think it was.
Prop bet loses.
Oh,
he hit his hand?
Yeah, at the tail end.
I guess.
Well, if they're actually calling the foul, like there was contact before the shot.
Before the shot.
But they called it after the shot. Yeah, if you look at Booker's reaction, it was beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Because he had both feet.
Ian, I just saw the miss. Prop is over.
Yeah. Prop's done. Went 2 for 3.
What was that last prop that you were referring to?
Just the Booker free throw.
Oh, that's right. They just missed
the promo one.
Got it. So he's got 30. Giannis and Brook Lopez on the floor together, -8 and -9 tonight.
Ooh.
Which is really interesting because I got takes about Bobby Portis if we want to get into Bobby Portis.
I would love to hear it. I'd love to hear it.
Ben, I don't like your tone when you're talking about Bobby. It sounds like you're about to be disrespectful.
I'm not going to be disrespectful. Like, listen, I enjoyed the Bobby Portis experience in Chicago. Like, did it suck that he kind of knocked out Nikola Mirotic? Yeah, a little bit. But
that's when I hopped on the train. That's when I became a fan. I love that.
He's that dude. Like, do you guys remember I remember his nickname, but I don't remember his actual name. His nickname was the Junkyard Dog. Played for a while in like the 2000s, late 90s.
Junkyard Dog.
Was it Jerome Williams, maybe? He was that type of dude where it would just like batter you around inside. Like,
Jerome Williams,
Junkyard Dog. Like, Donovan, I know he's your guy, but like, I get it when players celebrate when they make a shot for an and one. Bobby Portis in game one missed a 6-foot shot and got fouled, and then tried to fire everybody up.
They couldn't stop him. They had to resort to fouling. That's why.
So that was his hype.
It's a part of the experience.
Okay.
I think you have to take the good with the bad and like the goofy with the serious. Like that right there. Like Bobby needs to do his job and protect the rim. But it's okay because he's gonna come down, get an offensive rebound. He's gonna get like an and one sometime later in the game. And
there was nobody on Middleton there.
Yeah.
I need somebody to start guarding him so he starts passing the ball. It's getting me a little nervous. They're just letting him pull up from like 15 feet. Oh, Bobby's on an island. Uh-oh.
Look at this. Look how far he's playing defense. He's competing every possession.
Yeah, but it's the finals.
You love it.
Come on.
You love it.
Oh, Giannis, come on, man. That's got to be a layup. Oh.
I will say this just as somebody who is a degenerate, being able to watch the game with other bettors together. This hits me right here. It's right here. It feels good. Like I'm not just watching a game where someone just has like a rooting interest. It's like, get that layup. Oh, you had a chance for a putback that could have helped the over.
That's what's so good about sports betting, man. It like breathes a new life into sports.
I agree. There is elements to this that you can just enjoy. Like I've had interest in the Suns since the beginning of the year. When the Chris Paul deal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So like this has been what a run.
When do y'all feel like the most like just degenerate? Where you're like, I can't believe I care about this right now.
Oh, are you talking about like okay, go
yeah,
no,
just like just straight betting. Because honestly, like the most simple thing for me, just betting on the over under. When I start counting points, and I'm like, okay, well, I need like.
Oh, you start doing the math. Oh, yeah.
You start counting, and it's like, okay, well, if it's 55, 54, then it's okay. But if it's 56, 53 at halftime, then I'm in trouble. I feel so much like a degenerate. What's that moment for y'all?
Dude, for me, I mean, counting up points for the total is pretty. I mean, the amount more is for me the stuff I've bet on, especially last year when the pandemic was happening and there was nothing to bet on. I was betting on Madden Sims. There were sports books you could bet on Madden Sims, and then literally had a Twitch stream, and I was watching a video game.
Guilty.
And I'm like, what am I doing right now? It's literally a sim of a Madden game, and I have like $10 on it.
Pittsburgh Steelers won me a lot of money in those Madden Sims. Yeah. By a lot of money, I mean like $100.
Yeah.
They were always a highly rated team, and they always got crappy lines because people had just associated them with the Steelers that struggled last year.
Yeah.
You got to look at the original ratings.
Yeah. You have to.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Pat Connaughton he's trying to be productive. I like that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's another guy. Nice. That's another guy that got away. Campaign.
Former Bull, yeah. Oh man, that's a throwback.
The campaign.
I mean,
experience.
did he get away? You know what I'm saying? Like the way he was playing in Chicago, did he get away?
No. He was. That was want to get away.
He needed to go.
Yes. Yeah. Chicago wasn't doing him any favors. He wasn't doing the Bulls any favors. He was the piece in the Doug McDermott deal when the Bulls gave up on him, shipped him to OKC. Then Sam Presti pulled an okie doke. He's like, all right, yeah, you can have campaign. Now he comes to Phoenix, gets to learn the real coach and a Hall of Fame point guard. Like, good for him, man. And he'll get paid this offseason. Like, I'm happy for campaign.
I gotta say, Ben, you endured a lot. The Jim Boylan years are just Jim Boylan's a clown, man. That was he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know what he was doing.
Hearing this from a Knicks fan, like that means the world to me. Like, because you guys understand struggle. You guys understand like just like an organization that's had a lack of competence for a long time. And so like when they got rid of him and they brought in Donovan and they brought in Arturas Karnisovas from Denver, like it was so exciting to know that like, okay, we're entering like present day basketball right now. They were light years behind.
That's the thing. It wasn't even just Jim Boylan, which he was bad, but just from covering them, like when I was at NBC, like him and Garpax, man, just the two of those guys, like what the heck were they doing, man? Like just so many bad moves.
So many bad moves and predictable moves.
Yeah. Like, I mean, even the Satoransky contract, like why? He's making $10 million next year. And like people are saying they're not going to have money to like really go after like a point guard. Like I think Lonzo will be a great fit there. But like they're going to be like, oh, well, can we get Satoransky in a sign and trade? Who's taking that contract? Like willingly. It's so bad.
I didn't even hate the Satoransky deal at the time. I was like, it kind of seems like a lot of money for someone that's going to be.
That's more where I'm along the lines. Like I just didn't think he was worth that. Like,
right.
At all.
Like you guys know who Cristiano Felicio is?
Oh, yep.
Guys out there making $7-8 million on a 4-year deal.
For no
the
reason.
15th man.
Yeah.
For no reason. Yeah. I think the only other franchise.
As a bona fide scrub, he can't play.
No disrespect whatsoever.
That's the best part. That's a throwaway line that should be appreciated. No disrespect
whatsoever. I think on Stephen A. like just rants. That one is very disrespectful. The most disrespectful rant he's ever gone on is the Jamarcus Russell one. Where he just calls him. He's like you no good fat slob Jabba the Hutt looking just embarrassment of a quarterback. That was the most disrespectful to say that on national TV about another just like human. I actually felt bad about Jamarcus. Like I felt bad for Jamarcus. That was hilarious. But the best Jamarcus Russell story is the fact that they gave him blank tapes.
Yes.
To go study, and he came back with notes and was like, "Oh, I like this, I like that." That's the best Jamarcus Russell story.
I've never heard that. That's amazing.
Really? Yeah.
No, I've never heard that story.
Yeah, blank DVDs, and they asked him the next day what he thought. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's good stuff." Nothing. Smart move by them. That's a good way to find out if your guy's trying to fake it or not.
Didn't they do something like that in that awful, like in that Draft Day movie, where like he put like that. I'm trying to remember.
Was that Kevin Costner?
Yeah, Kevin Costner and Dennis Leary. Like they were, I don't know if they actually did it or they were talking about like they would put like a $20 bill or something midway through the playbook, and then they would see if they actually found it. I don't know if that's from the movie or just something else, but hopefully somebody on the chat can call me out and tell me if I'm just completely and totally wrong here.
I never saw that movie. I heard it's terrible though.
I've never seen it either.
Same.
It's terrible, but it's like, I'm trying to think of the right way to describe this. Like, yeah, it's bad, but
it's entertaining.
It's kind of a fun bad movie. Like if it were on cable and there was nothing else on, I was just flipping through it, I might watch it for a little bit. There you go. That's that hell of an endorsement.
I wish I took Middleton points and assists. This is tough to watch.
Finally going to get a close finish. probably. Hopefully.
I will like that part's going to be nice though. Like we got a game.
Is that
we really didn't have that second half of the first three. Like we got a game tonight.
Did Lopez just tip that in?
Looked like the Suns player tipped it in himself.
That's what I thought too. They gave Lopez the points, so he's got 14 points, 1 rebound.
Oh my goodness. He's locked in.
Book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donovan, you wrote about Booker today, right?
Today, saying that he's shooting his way out of contention, and he must have read what I wrote because he is.
Post-game interview, he's going to call you out.
I know, which honestly would be fantastic. Get some traffic to a site.
I appreciate you taking that one for the team, man.
Yeah, I'll do it. Oh,
Booker with his
that.
James, with his. I heard that take earlier.
I hate
that's
that.
the trade.
Actually, no, I think Peter was on that one. Like anybody that's going the Harden or Trae Young route where you're just like leaning into a dude to get a foul. Get that out of here.
Don't get me wrong. I loved when Emmanuel Quickly did it, but
it's your guy.
It's just not like. I also hated when Emmanuel Quickly would try and bait people into it and he'd throw up a stupid shot and he wouldn't get the call. Like if you just take it out of the game, you avoid all those bad shots too. Like for the 2 times, like the 1 time it works, it also doesn't work a couple times. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of a cheap way to get a bucket. But Ian, there's one for your college basketball better than NBA take right there. You don't get that call in college basketball.
That's true.
That's true. Yep.
You know what I would compare that to? Is like when you have that happen in a game where you just try to draw the foul by like running into a guy. Oh, get out of here. Good block by Cam.
Another Chris assist gone.
It's like taking a walk in like beer league softball. Like, yeah, you're getting on base and maybe that helps your team score some runs, but like, do you really need to do it? Buckets.
Yeah. That's very true.
Like if you're down and it's like the last inning and you take a walk, fine. But if you're
never take a walk in beer league softball.
I would do it if it's like the playoffs. Good shot. I would do it like if it's the playoffs and like you're just down. But in like in a regular season game, no. Uh-oh.
Calling offensive. Oh
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that was offensive.
Oh,
I don't know what
didn't like that.
That was Chris. That's got to be get that to the corner to Pat Connaughton for 3.
Has he gotten assists this whole half?
No, man, it's been rough.
Your bet's looking.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna. I'm gonna tell myself right now it's not gonna hit. When he gets 2 quick assists in the 4th quarter, I'm gonna be locked in for the rest of the game.
I like it. Little reverse jinx never hurt anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
That wasn't a foul. Campaign's just small.
I like this.
All right, Brooke is at 14-1, guys.
He's just got a rebound.
15
over under was 15 and a half.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. It was 16 and a half. Okay, it was 15 and a half earlier, and then it got moved to 16 and a half with much less juice. It was over 16 and a half minus 104 was what I wrote up. So all he needs is one more field goal or 2 rebounds, and then he'll be all right.
That possession
15 now.
All right, we got ourselves a game. I like
this is a good game. All around, very good game.
Very enjoyable.
So not to bring back a bad memory here, because what was Booker's MVP odds going into tonight?
Plus 900.
Plus
900. Okay. Yeah. So I just saw a tweet come in from my buddy John Ewing, who does a bunch of betting analysis for another book. And he said that it's now down to plus 200 at his book, which I think is what it was going into game 3.
Yeah, that's what it was going into game 3. And then he dropped to plus 600 after game 3 and then dropped to plus 900 this morning. Chris Paul's having a bad game too, man.
This is like a dream scenario for Devin Booker tonight. He's snapping and Chris Paul has 6 points.
Yep.
My entire timeline is now filled with like Booker MVP stuff. Doug Kazarian from ESPN says Booker was about 12-1 to win Finals MVP prior to this game. Here's the thing though, like if we're actually having this conversation, like let's say Paul struggles again, but the Suns still win the series, and unless Booker plays sensational, I just have a hard time seeing the narrative not go through for Paul to win MVP.
That's what we were saying before. It feels like they want Chris Paul to win the MVP. Like this is like all set up for Chris Paul to do. Especially if they win it in 5 games, like it's going to be harder. If like Booker has like 3 straight good games, they win it in game 7 or something. Mm-hmm. I think you could make the argument more for Book. But like if they win it in 5,
if it's a toss up,
CP3.
Yeah, Book needs a longer series.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, he just posted. He said Devin Booker's odds to win Finals MVP before the playoffs were 40-1. Before Game 3, 6-1. That's at his book, and then after the third quarter, plus 170. That's pretty bold that they have it like you can still bet MVP live. Yeah,
that's kind of crazy. I was just checking on Win to see if they have it. They don't. Not yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
I'm intrigued to see that tomorrow morning. That's going to be.
I will say and give Win a lot of credit. Like they've been in a really good spot with a lot of these props. Like we've been able to take advantage of a lot of those numbers that we've gotten so far from Win over the course of it. And now they're like, now we're getting a lot more information from them. Like we're able to apply it in a lot of our stories. A lot of where the betting and money percentage is coming from. Like I'm excited to work with them. I'm pumped for what we're going to be able to do.
Yeah. The more they can give us, the better. It's going to help us create better content.
No doubt.
Donovan, you know that picture that you sent us earlier, I'm going to have to use that in memes in the future, by the way.
No, I completely understand what I was doing whenever I said that.
I need this to be the before every single one of those videos that we do. I need this to be like the 2 second at the beginning, and then they go into Donovan's pick.
That's a good.
No, yeah. I was so hurt. Because to this day, like if you ask me, I still have beef with Adam Silver because I think that he's the complete opposite of David Stern in the sense that he rigged the lottery against the Knicks and he rigged it for New Orleans so that he could save that franchise.
You think so?
And give them 100%. I think because
this is a good take. I want to hear more of this
because I 100% believe this. The two least valuable franchises in the league are New Orleans and Memphis. And
correct.
That summer is the summer that Anthony Davis gets traded to Los Angeles. And so if New Orleans doesn't give if New Orleans doesn't get Zion, then they just go with the baby Lakers, with the core of just Lonzo and BI. And they're in New Orleans, like they're not going to get any coverage. Nobody's going to care. And that franchise plummets even further. Like you have to give them Zion. And so the Pelicans are a draw. And you saw what they did in the bubble, right? Mm-hmm. They extended that the gap and allowed for that play-in because they wanted Zion in the playoffs so much. But I 100% believe that the 2019 lottery was rigged so that the Pelicans could get Zion, you could have a little bit of interest in them, and that they could stay afloat, and you wouldn't tip the scale because New York is always going to be, it's always going to be New York, but New Orleans was about to die. Like they were about to be irrelevant for 10 years if you don't give them Zion.
You guys are gonna love this. I'm gonna send you guys a tweet in the Slack. I did the old frozen envelope before the 2019 lottery in my own house. show you how crazy of a Knicks fan I am.
This is.
Yeah,
I'm excited for this.
I was very, very sad when we didn't get Zion, but I'm very happy we ended up with RJ. I like John Morant a lot. I think RJ is going to be just as good of a player as him. I don't think there's like a huge difference. RJ's leap in year 2 was something not a lot of guys do.
Maybe
That's great.
Barrett.
Yeah, Ian, that's your guy.
Yes, sir. Also, on the topic of New Orleans, can we move them? Can they go to Seattle? I just think that I really want a team in Seattle, and so I think if the league isn't like talking
Isn't there
about
talks that they're
expansion,
expanding? Yeah.
So if there is expansion, then that's great, and we should go to 32. And what they should do is they need to take. Oh my goodness, I have to start out like every day. So take New Orleans and put New Orleans in
Seattle.
Yes, take New Orleans,
Okay.
put them in Seattle, and expand a team in Vegas, and then you can take one of the Western Conference teams, like take Memphis and put Memphis in the Eastern Conference. That's
what the NHL did.
Oh no, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Oof.
Take Memphis and New Orleans and put them in the Eastern Conference, and then in the West you expand with Vegas and Seattle.
I like that.
Memphis
I also like moving the Sacramento Kings back to Kansas City.
That would be great too.
Yeah.
Sacramento.
You guys
and
don't
were
have a
talking-
basketball team, do you?
No. But it would work. Like this is legitimately like an awesome sports town here.
I mean, you already have,
Especially because the Chiefs are as good as they are too. Like,
But
bring
even
another
the Chiefs
pro
and the
team.
Royals.
Yeah, even when the Chiefs suck, it was always a good crowd at Arrowhead.
Yeah,
I've been here now for about 7.5 years. And like Chiefs were starting to get better since I got here because it was Andy Reid's second year. But they weren't anyway. They didn't have Mahomes, obviously. Like I came here, it was Alex Smith.
I was just gonna say.
yeah.
And Alex Smith turned himself into like a top tier. Not a top tier.
Cam is hurt. Cam
Yeah,
Johnson's down.
He's staying on the floor.
They're trying to foul.
Oh yeah.
Why-
he
He's talking
Cal's
to the ref
coming
right
back
now. Man, they need that size.
Oh,
Now
no,
that
that's
Cam
bad.
is. Ooh. I know the fact that he could still run on it a little bit.
He's staying in the game.
Now
Yeah.
here's another one. Imagine if they had Sadiq Bey right now. I don't know. They
You've been
wouldn't have to
pushing
worry about Cam Johnson.
You've been pushing this Sadiq Bey agenda hard.
Dude, the Jalen Smith pick. If they don't win these finals, we're gonna be like, wow, who'd the Suns draft this year? And be like, oh, they took Jalen Smith at 10. How many minutes did he play in the finals? 0. Like, it's eats me. And he could become a great player. I just don't know if you traded for Chris Paul. There's no way you take a project at 10. It just wouldn't make any sense. But they did. So James Jones, Executive of the Year.
nice little toss under the bus at the end of that. His team's in the finals, man.
That's true. The only move he made was Chris Paul. Everything else was done
It was
before.
a really good move.
It was a really good move. But he also might have screwed them by drafting Jalen Smith.
I mean, I know
you get a
Screw them in what way? They're in the finals. They're winning the championship.
Yeah, if they win the title, it's moot.
Yeah,
There
they
you
win.
go.
No, he deserves the award. I'm not like he does deserve the award, but like
Right.
the only other person who probably could have gotten it is Sean Marks with the Nets. Like he traded for James Harden, but
Yeah.
they didn't.
I'm surprised you didn't mention your guy in Leon Rose.
Leon Rose. It's a tough one. That was more. I think that was just Tibbs. I mean, they just they ran back basically the same team. The D Rose trade was good, but like they kind of just like everybody just got better. It was just better coaching. Like anything was going to be better than Fizdale. Man, that guy did not know what he was doing. It was.
I liked him in Memphis though.
I did too. That's why
I thought I got a raw deal.
I thought he
But
was
it
going to
wasn't
be
a good
good.
fit.
that Memphis team was. I wonder how much of the Memphis team was him, or if it was just that Memphis really had like a solid team, because that was like the Gasol, Conley, Randolph, like the end of that. Like they had a good team. I thought Fizdale was gonna like do something with the Knicks. They just didn't respond to him. Like they were just horrible. They got blown out so much. And
to
like,
be honest,
I gotta stop talking about the Knicks.
Ben, I'm completely with you though on Sacramento. I think like you were talking earlier about Chicago just being a terrible franchise. I truly think that the like most poorly run franchise in the league is Sacramento.
And they got some guys that can play there too.
Kind of
like Fox. Fox is a nice player. Like Heald's pretty solid. Like they had. I like Bogdanovich when he was there, but like,
I can't believe they let him walk for nothing. Like at least sign and trade him. Like they just let him go to the Hawks for nothing.
I know.
I did not understand that.
I questioned a lot of the Hawks moves this offseason too, and that worked out really well.
Yeah.
Here goes Chris Paul doing Chris Paul things. If he's gonna get up to like 12, 15 points, and it's gonna look just like a decent game, especially if he hits like a clutch shot.
Classic Chris Paul will be like Chris Paul hits a game winner to win this game, and it goes from the Devin Booker game to the Chris Paul game winner game, and it's no change in MVP odds.
You guys feel like Ayton is like just kind of like other than like when he's like right by the basket, he just kind of seems tentative right now.
Yeah, he took one jump shot in the first half, I think, but other than that, just kind of.
That would have been a silencer from CP3.
Oh, that's the travel.
I think I'm way ahead of you guys.
I'm at 7-14 right now.
Yeah, I'm at 7-10.
Oh no!
Oh!
We are one rebound away from Bobby hitting the over, and that rebound is annoying.
And Crowder just get kicked in the eye.
Yeah, he got hit kind of hard.
Ouch.
Oh my God, he almost had it too. Wait, let me see this. Let me see if Jay actually got hit or if he's just.
Oh, that was soft.
Connaughton tried to get a little too fancy there. He thought Portis. Oh, and I actually no, because he went no look.
Oh, he got hit hard right by Connaughton.
Yeah.
They got to put Middleton back in. He's got 4 dimes. I need 2 more. Come on.
What happened to this hole? I'm gonna tell myself the bet is over.
I know. And then I looked at the box score and saw he had 4 now.
You got Godfathered, man. Just when I was out.
Yeah, they pulled me back in.
I can see what's gonna happen with my son's money line. They're gonna lose but cover, and I'm gonna regret taking money line.
You think they let this one go?
It's a 4-point game, man.
Ian, I was going to take Suns money line, but as I was writing the intro, you sent me your pick. Yeah. I was like about to finish it up, and I was like, all right, if Ian's on Suns money line, I got to come up with something else. But I like it.
You could take a Suns spread too.
I was debating it, but I wanted to do something different. I was trying to figure out something sneaky to find in the props.
I love my good money line underdog bets.
Bobby, you're killing me right now. You're killing me, Bobby. If you asked me before this game, I would have bet anything that Bobby was going to get 4.
How many minutes
right
has he
now?
played?
Right now, live on. I was just gonna say live on WinBet now. Suns are -2.5, -2.5. Bucks are +50 on the money line. They're +2.5 in the game. -115 juice. So Ian, if you wanted to, you could take the other side of Milwaukee right now, try and hedge it a little bit, or try and middle even.
Bobby.
By the way, Donovan, you were asking earlier on the live stream, like when we knew that we were degenerates.
Oh yeah.
So there was a site that a guy that created all these different projection points. It's a really good site where they would send you text message alerts based off of like how they graded the game. And then when the live in-game spread hit a point where it was considered like A+ value. So like in this game, for example, Milwaukee was a 4-point favorite. So let's say over the course of this game that like the Bucks midway through the third quarter were down 8 and you could get them at like +6.5. If that value point triggered, like this is an A+ value because they were 4-point favorites pregame and now they're +6.5 midway through the game, it would send you like an automatic text message like that. And so there were times where I just saw it and I just went, all right, I'm in. Wasn't even watching the game. and it hit a halfway decent amount, but like I would be mad at myself if I just played it and then it wasn't even close. Like in times where like you just knew that a team was off, but it fired anyway based off of the projection. Mm-hmm. So, but that was that moment for me when I was just like blindly putting in live bets for games that I wasn't even watching. I was just purely playing the numbers.
That's fantastic.
Donovan, you have another person in the chat calling you a cutie.
Donovan's up 2-1.
Peter's had one person call him a cutie. Donovan's had 2. I've had 0. Man.
Oh, I heard that part too. I heard Ian for cutie compliments.
Yeah. Next time I gotta text some friends to call me cute in the chat to make me feel better about myself.
John Calipari tweeted a picture with Chris Paul's son and said, "Little Chris is trying to sell me State Farm insurance." That is unreal. Funny. Oh man.
It's wild because I'm only like 22 and every time I see little Chris, I'm like, wow, I'm old. Like he looks big. I was like, it really does not seem that long ago that he was just like actual little Chris.
I don't know if you guys remember the World Series, the Angels and the Giants in 2002. Do you remember Dusty Baker's kid running on the field and JT Snow had to like pick him up like as they were trying to score from home? Do you guys remember this?
I don't know.
It was like an iconic moment.
I was 3 years old when that.
Okay, all right. So I'm clearly dating myself.
I was 10. So
the point I'm trying to make is that Darren Baker just got drafted into Major League Baseball like the other day. Yeah.
What round was he drafted in?
I think the 10th, if I remember correctly.
Do you remember to who?
I don't. I can search out easily for you. Darren Baker.
Baseball is apparently all genetics. All these guys who are like dominating Major League Baseball now all had their dads were big players.
Yeah, they're all on the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
He was selected in the 10th round by the Washington Nationals. All right, I'm sending this to you guys in the Slack. And for anyone watching the live stream, if you guys are of a different generation, search Darren Baker, and then there's a tweet from KNBR, which is a radio station in San Francisco that tweeted the clip. he's like a 4-year-old kid just like on the field in the middle of like players trying to score from home or trying to score from.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
He was right there.
Yes.
Oh wow,
that's hilarious.
That is nuts.
Trying to get in the game. No, there's my cat again.
Okay. I see we have a classic PJ Tucker game. 0 points, 5 fouls. Very nice.
Dude, I've been wanting to fade PJ's point total the entire playoffs, but he'll like get like 5 points and they'll put his line at 4.5. I'll be like, no, it's not worth it to fade it.
0 points, 4 boards, 5 fouls.
That's a PJ game.
Yeah. He was always one of those guys that was, you look at him like if you're playing like daily fantasy hoops and you'd be like, oh man, like PJ averages like 35 minutes a game, like in Houston. Like you can get him for like $3,500 on DraftKings or like $4,200 on FanDuel. Like, all right, he's a plug and play because he's just going to be on the court, and then he would give you that, and you'd hate yourself for it.
Ben, right now, you see what just happened? That Bobby block, and now he's looking at the crowd, getting them hyped. This is the Bobby Portis experience. This is why you buy tickets.
He's a good locker room guy. It's good for morale.
Great locker room guy.
Because if you don't show up, he'll jack you in the face.
Yeah.
Listen, that's just accountability. And
it's accountability punch.
Yeah. Hey, Michael Jordan punched a guy. It was
punched Steve Kerr.
Punched in the face, didn't he?
He
was also Michael Jordan.
Jordan.
He wasn't Bobby Portis.
That's fair. Point taken.
Jump ball. They're doubling Giannis every time he touches it now. It's actually kind of working.
Meanwhile, like we were talking about props that we're stuck on, Brook Lopez still on 14 points, 1 rebound.
He's just a scrub. I can't say it any way different. He's just a scrub.
I mean,
I don't want to be disrespectful.
I feel like Connaughton's going to close this game. It's going to be Brook or Bobby, but I think they close with Connaughton for the shooting.
Oh, Bobby.
They say that's Bucks ball?
Yeah, it went right through Bobby's fingers, I think.
Unless he got a piece. That hit. Oh, that's definitely off Bobby Portis. Wow. Pass it, Chris.
Oh,
Connaughton, baby.
The Pat Connaughton game.
The Pat Connaughton.
What are Pat Connaughton's MVP odds right now? I don't see anybody tweeting about that.
Let me see if they have
Bobby Portis MVP odds.
All right.
Let me see.
Pat Connaughton.
That's where it gets too much.
Pat Connaughton is closing on a double tonight. Good for him.
Pat Connaughton game. Where's Chris? Find him. Swing.
Oh, he got it. Let's go.
Bobby, shoot that.
Let's go. Bobby hit.
There you go. Nice one.
Oh God.
DeAndre just punched the basket. That's not a don't do that, buddy. Don't do that, guy.
You gonna end up like Stoudemire.
Yeah.
Broken hand.
Morris Stoudemire punched a fire extinguisher though. That was just I don't know what he was doing.
He gonna end up like LeBron after
like
JR.
that's like peak Knicks. I think the craziest part about the Knicks year where they won 54 games is Amari Stoudemire was god awful that year and he only played in 28 games and everybody's like, oh, Melo had his second co-star. Like, no, he did not. Amari Stoudemire was terrible.
That was the Woody season, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's my new college coach.
Oh yeah, dude, I love Mike Woodson, Ben. I just think he's a good guy, like just a straight up good guy.
He is. I've talked to enough people that are like down in Bloomington, like lifers down there that know him really well. And like the knock on him was like, well, he doesn't know like the college recruiting thing and he's too old. Like, man, like if you love a school and you know like everything there is about like coaching like NBA wide talent, like you're gonna be fine.
Did you think Brad Stevens was gonna go to Indiana?
I thought they were gonna make it competitive because he was starting.
They didn't call a foul.
No, I was stunned.
Oh wow.
I'm ahead of you guys a bit. I'm trying not to spoil it, but yeah, I don't know how that wasn't a foul.
No, I'm surprised too. I thought they were making a very competitive offer, and like, because the situation with Boston like really legitimately wasn't working out. Like he lost the team, and so now he goes up to the front office. I think he'll be fine. Like Brad Stevens is a good coach, and he's from Indiana. Grew up an IU fan. Like it made a lot of sense, and they were going to pay him. Like they had offered him like $7-8 million a year to go coach IU. Like he had the conversation with them, so I didn't think it was out of the realm of possibility. But then
I was just going to say, I like to think what would have happened if Gordon Hayward hit that shot at the end of the game against Duke. Like the butterfly effect that would have had.
Oh, man.
It's been amazing. Been absolutely. I was that the 2010 Final Four? And I think it was because they were in Indy and that was my final year at IU and I got to cover that Final Four.
That's pretty sweet.
That's nice.
Yeah, I didn't get to actually go to the championship game, but I was able to like go to all the different media sessions and like talk to Coach K and talk to Stevens. That was a great experience.
You've talked to Coach K. What are your thoughts on Coach K really quick?
As a coach or as a guy?
Both, I guess.
So I appreciate the fact that like he went and understood that the game was changing and evolving and started recruiting top tier talent and like making Duke more like of a compelling watch. Like he can coach. I've just heard a lot of different stories, especially like if we're on a live stream, I gotta be careful with what I say.
I'm trying to stir the pot here, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get something out of you.
I've heard there's been times earlier on in his career where he's like intimidated the press and just basically
like he yells at like student reporters all the time.
Yeah, like and that stuff is actually funny story about someone yelling at a student reporter. And I can laugh. You can laugh at this now because he's like a reporter, I think, in Los Angeles. It's a guy that I went to college with. It's his first year, like covering Indiana basketball. It's Tom Crean's first year there. They were just dog shit. They were terrible because they did like a full rebuild after the Kelvin Sampson year. And, you know, like sometimes when you guys have ever like been to a press conference and you get called on and the question doesn't really come out the way that you want it to.
Yeah.
So IU missed some free throws down the stretch of the game. And the question that he meant to ask Tom Crean was, you know, when you're practicing free throws, you know, are you talking about like different sort of final game scenarios, what to expect, you know, which is I think a legitimate question. Like it's one thing to make a free throw, just regular practicing free throws, but it's another to practice in game situations. But the question came out was, do you guys practice free throws? and Tom Crean lit his ass up. And I just felt so bad because like I knew what he was trying to say. It just didn't come out well.
That's tough.
So I don't know if that necessarily constitutes as like belittling or like being shitty to the student press, but I know that there have been a lot of times where Coach K has done that to student journalists. Oh, and I just think that's really shitty. Wow, they're not calling anything by the rim.
This is wild.
Oh,
Pat Connaughton. Oh my God.
Connaughton game.
Oh my God.
That's what I was reacting to. It's tough. I'm like 20 seconds ahead of you guys.
7-0 run.
Wow, that's good. That's good job, Ian, for not spoiling that.
Yeah. I'm somehow behind you guys. I'm like
I know that I'm not live because I paused for about 30-40 seconds to catch up to you guys. And now I'm like slightly jealous of you.
Yeah, I can't pause my stream to do that. Like when I pause it and I click play again, like it like jumps ahead to like whatever's live. So
get the ball out of Drew Holiday's hands, please. Please. I'm begging you. I don't even want the Bucks to win, but I'm begging you.
This man, Jay Crowder, get up. Get up.
Oh, Giannis swiped his lip a little bit.
Ooh, he hit him in the face.
Brook Lopez has not played 20 minutes in this game.
I don't think Brook's coming back in. I hate to say it, but I don't think he's coming back in.
So
stuck on 15.
He did get him on the left.
Stuck on 15. Maybe they'll put him in for like to get a rebound.
It would be perfect if they put him in like late game.
Which is funny because he has one rebound. We're going to put Brook Lopez in to get a rebound, but he has one.
If you told me Brook Lopez was going to score 14 points, I would have been like, that hit easily. Like, there's no way he only gets 1 or 2 boards. Like, come on. He's 7 feet. He'd have to grab some rebounds. Man, that's
coming
the
down the
game.
wire. I'm sweating this money line bet. I really wish I just went spread.
Can you still hedge it? No, they took it off at win. You can only do money line now. Bucks are plus 125 money line on win.
Can you take that and guarantee myself like a $2 profit?
There you go.
Middleton. Oh.
I really want to know what the line's going to be for game 5.
Ooh.
All right. But before we get out of here, like let's do a prediction on the line for game 5.
Suns minus 5. Suns minus 5.
It's been like 4 or 5 pretty much every game.
Yeah, I expect it to be more of the same.
If the Suns win, I could see it going up to 5.5, but I don't think it goes any higher than that. If they win this game,
I think Suns 4.5.
Chris Middleton finally decided to show up. I mean, this is the Bucks, right? Chris Middleton shows up, and they're gonna like at least be in the game at the end.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was just saying they just need one of him or Drew to play well, and they're going to be fine. It's just they were both really bad in games 1 and 2.
Yep. I'll say
all on Chris.
I'll say Suns 4, and then it immediately gets bet up to 4.5 and 5. But I think they open at 4.
Oh, it's a big rebound.
They open it at maybe 4.5 if they win the game.
Oh, that is a big rebound.
Big call.
All right, so if the Bucks, let me rephrase it. Suns go up 3-1. Do they win on their home floor, or are we coming back to Milwaukee?
No, I think they finish it if they win this game. They finish the next game.
Chris
Middleton.
They I don't want to say they neutralize Giannis, but because he's 26, 13, and 8, 4 steals, but he didn't get his 40 points.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this game by myself. Oh wow. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
Listen, as long as this doesn't go into overtime, we hit on the under. So I'm happy for that.
Oh, what a board.
Drew makes all the little plays, man.
What a board.
Drew. That's Drew.
What are you doing, Chris Paul?
Oh my God.
Oh,
no!
Oh, that's trouble. That's trouble.
No!
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
I called it. I called it.
Christopher!
I'm very happy. I got the Bucks. I picked the Bucks for the game. Again, I'm telling you, I think this is Suns in 6. So listen. The Bucks they're lucky because they got a bad Chris Paul game and a good Booker game, and they still came out with the win.
Yep.
And so I don't think Booker is not having another game like this.
Are you calling it over? Is it over?
What, this game?
It's over?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm calling 4-point game, Phoenix possession with 27 to go. You're calling it over?
In Milwaukee, it's done.
Okay.
In Milwaukee, yeah.
What do they call this place? The Deer District or something? They're rocking. Yeah. It's over.
Fiserv Forum.
It's like a brand new arena too.
Poor Devin Booker. This game is not even going to matter for his Finals MVP case because they're going to lose and everybody's going to be like, yeah, whatever. It happened.
Yeah. So
let's cherish those 15 minutes where Devin Booker was going to win Finals MVP. That was a good time.
That was fun.
It was fun.
Then now the narrative is like the Suns need Chris Paul to play well. So what? They're better. You guys remember whenever like during the Golden State run where it's like when Steph plays well, they're better than when KD plays well.
Yeah.
I
oh my God. Oh. That was a good play too.
Yep.
Got a quick bucket they could have had.
My buddy Rick Camp just tweeted out, this is setting up terribly for anybody that got Phoenix at +5.
Oh yeah.
Especially you the whole game, you're probably feeling great that you got it at that number.
I hope they don't cover. I'm gonna lose money line.
If I can't win, nobody can.
Exactly.
Look at Chris. Look at Chris. He wanted to do something today, and I'm proud of him because he actually decided to hoop today.
He decided not to get the assist today, though.
I know.
Right. It all depends on your definition of hooping.
I should have taken points and assists. I debated points and assists, but assist was had better odds, so I was feeling that. Damn, that is tough.
Yeah, Chris is about to have 38 points in an NBA Finals game. Good for you, Chris.
What did I say, Donovan? He's gonna have one game. He's got to do something.
Yep.
You had to.
All right, here you go. There's the 4.
Look at Booker, stat pattern.
Stat pattern. Unbelievable.
All right, you guys want a bold prediction?
I'd love to hear it.
Bold prediction is that Phoenix covers on like a 3-pointer at the buzzer. That doesn't mean anything.
The Cam Johnson special?
Yes. Like they'll be up by 6 and Cam will just like fire a 3. He'll bank it in and the Suns will cover. And it'll be a bad beat for anyone that had Milwaukee -4.5.
The amount of college basketball bets I've lost that way have been countless. That's a classic college basketball. Oh, that might be it there as far as.
Oh, that's messed up. It's messed up. They should have had the ball.
Devin. All right, now it might be a little tougher to cover. Now we're not looking so hot.
He went straight to the bench.
The Suns were literally covering for the entire game up until the last 20 seconds.
I know, man. I got to tell you though, I feel better about my hedge for this series.
Yep, there you go.
I'll throw a quick bold prediction out here. Brandon Jennings' prophecy's coming true this year. Bucks and 6.
Bucks and 6. You think they win 2 straight after this?
Dude, the Suns. No. The big thing that scares me about the Suns is they had no business winning game 2. They shot 20 for 40 from 3. They had no business winning that game. And in the last 2 games, one of Drew or Chris has been good, and Giannis has been great, and they can't win. Like maybe it might change in Phoenix, but I don't know. I'm not very confident.
And Paul are both super hurt still. Like I know it doesn't look like it for Giannis, but he's still playing off of a hyperextended knee from like a week and a half ago. Like all it takes is like one move the wrong way, and he's still not closing out the way that he normally does. Like some of those blocks are incredible. Like I heard Amin El-Hassan on the Dan Le Batard show like talk about like how you can still tell that Giannis isn't at 100%. Like
it's just so stupid that he can do all this just not at 100%.
It's you're right. Stupid's the perfect word for it. Like unfair, unjust. It's stupid, but it's amazing.
It doesn't.
That's it. 109, 103.
Come on, Ian. You spoiled the last 7.3
Oh, my bad, guys. My bad. I forgot I was going to do it again for a second. I'm shook about my Suns bet, but they didn't cover, so I guess I was going to lose either way.
All right. Suns -4 to for Game 5?
That's your prediction.
I don't know. I'm really liking the Bucks right now. These last 2 games were impressive.
They were really impressive. Hey, by the way, shout out to both Joanne and Hunter for putting together the stream for everybody. And
yes,
sir,
100%. Thank you, Joanne.
Yeah,
for
having to listen to us for several hours. That's not easy for anybody, but to have to do it, we appreciate it.
Yes, and thank you to everyone who tuned in as well.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. We'll definitely do this again. We'll definitely keep it going. Get our YouTube subscribers continuing to grow. Hopefully, there's a lot of comments which I saw, which I was really enjoying. So we'll keep this up. We'll continue to have a lot of these fun conversations with you guys, and then we'll have a bunch more coming up tomorrow on the site. So head on over to BetSided and have some fun with us.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is that it?
Good night.
Over?
That's
your guy,
it.
Chris Middleton, getting his post-game love. All right. We'll talk to you guys. We'll talk to you guys soon. Please like and subscribe, and come check us out tomorrow for plenty more on BetSided. Peace out. We'll talk to you guys.